Hello and welcome to Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones. Or should I mean, technically that's true. Today, we're going to be laying the foundations for our custom playthrough. Making a backstory for our character, doing their traits, their dynasty banner, their motto, ready for when the Dragon update releases on the 23rd. So, we are playing a Game of Thrones. We're not playing, but we're making a character. So, I guess it's true. But how's everyone doing? Nice to see you on chat. I have all of the comments from the poll loaded up, so hopefully my display capture will be working, and hopefully you guys can hear the music in the background. Stream audio seems to be different than what I hear in my headphones, so I should have it set up properly. Right, let's start off. We're going to make a new game. Of course, the Dragon update isn't up yet, but we can still make a character minus one or two things, which I'll get into in just a moment. I don't think it matters what date we start in, just to make the character. So let's... I mean, game rules don't matter anyway, but I gotta stick it on default. Audio is messed up. Really? What's messed up about it? Or are you trying to troll me there? I have a feeling audio is fine, no? At least I think the mic audio is fine. You should have some music. Can anyone verify that? Audio's fine? It's echoing? Really? Is anyone else getting an echo? Okay, I'm gonna continue until we get some verification. Anyway, so of course, if you didn't see the poll already, we are going to be... Sounds fine to you. Sounds good to you. Okay, no echo. You fixed it, Shiro. I think you're trying to troll there. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You're lucky I don't have my dragon yet. Today's stream is going to be a bit more chill. We're just going to make our character, you know, throw some ideas off of each other, build the backstory ready for when we finally play the dragons. Hello, everyone, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I would greet all of you individually. There'll be time for that. There'll be time for that. So what I'm thinking, we're going to start over here in Skagos, because it's a little island. Also, tell me if you can hear the music, because I can't hear it, but usually should. What is this music? There's a link in the description. The very talented members of the dev team made the music, and it's bloody amazing. But there is a link to it. We're going to be starting on the island of Skagos. We're going to the law and everything soon. And we're going to be starting on this island over here. I can't actually see the names of the castles, but we can look at that after, and we'll probably rename that actually. So let's go ahead and replace this fella. We're going to create our own ruler. We're going to go with a male because I am a male, so it's just easier to immerse myself and roleplay that. Should we start with the looks first, or should we start with the dynasty name? What would be easier? I think we do the traits and everything last, maybe. What would a dragon name be? I think we're going to go with Frostfang. Frostfang. Something with frost there, or Frostwing. I prefer Frostfang. The music is low. Okay, wait for it to peak though, because it gets quite loud later on. Tell me again in like 5 minutes if it's still too low, and then I'll increase it. Because it does start very quiet and build up. I think let's just start at the top of the list. So, we're going to be playing as a guy. We'll just leave this heterosexual. As for our faith, if we were born in the north, so the idea is that I don't know my father, so I'm probably going to be a bastard of the north. Even though I have Valyrian blood, I was not aware of it growing up. I grew up as a poor peasant boy in the streets, you know, having to maybe steal food on a daily basis. Really try to survive. So I'm going to have Valyrian blood, but as for our faith, maybe we believed in the old gods. That's the old gods of Beyond the Wall, though. Which one do I want? I just want the normal old gods, right? The worship of the old gods south of the wall is often viewed as more civilized than those practiced by wildlings, generally lacking human sacrifice and the more brutal aspects of other branches of the faith. What I haven't decided is whether we started on Skagos or we came here. I had an epiphany, a thought today in the shower, which we'll go into in a moment, which I don't think we started here. We came here. So let's go with the old god faith for now. We can come back and change this stuff when we know a little bit more. I will go with the Valyrian culture, because by the time we have our dragon, we will be made aware from the various maesters and whatnot that we do have Valyrian blood, which is how we were able to attract and tame our dragon. So let's go Valyrian. Should we go Westerosi or High Valyrian? Probably High Valyrian, right? If we can trace our blood back. What do you guys think? Keep the religion as the old gods? I agree. Make sure you are heterosexual. Better chance of kids to start. Yeah, we're going to keep it because this character is kind of going to be me, except of course I can't tame dragons. So I want to put myself into the character as much as possible. Man, I'm so hyped for dragons. Well, I tell you what, I think the music is still a little bit low, so let's increase it. Just a smidge. And if it's too loud, you guys can shout at me in the chat. It's a shame we can't revive Greystark. Cold Claw, Frost Claw, something in this line would be nice. Well, you guys are getting ahead of me. You guys are getting ahead of me. You found out maybe by Dragon... Oh, I have an idea. We'll do that in a moment. So I'm going to... High Valyrian, yes. Yeah, High Valyrian. I think that makes sense as well. So let's go ahead and pick this. When we load in to like choose our outfit and stuff, we can read through all of this. If you are from Skagos, wouldn't it be Old Gods Beyond the Wall? We're not from Skagos. I'll go into my idea in a moment about that. In fact, we could do that now because we're speaking about this, right? Oh, I can't go back to the map. So my idea is that we grew up somewhere in the north. And then one day, as we're on the coast, you know, maybe we're trying to find clams that have washed up. Because we are, even as an adult, you know, we're still trying to scrounge together a living. We're a peasant. I never knew my father. My mother died when I was 5 or 6. I grew up in the streets of the fields stealing hair. Stealing hair is because I read a comment saying white hair. Stealing food. And so one day as I'm on the shore, I hear this mysterious sound off the coast. Of course, I heard the rumors on Skagos about the cannibals, the unicorns and whatnot. But for some reason, I just had this urge to go and see what it was. So I got a little rowboat, stolen it. It was left on the shore from some traders, possibly. And I go to the island. It's all deserted, foggy. And then that's when I stumble across the young dragon. I thought I was going to get killed. But somehow the beast kind of took an interest in me. And then, you know, we got to develop the story, but somehow we tamed the dragon, we bonded. And that's where the story kind of begins, you know? So we're going to do that. Why not a Valyrian religion? Because we grew up in the north as a peasant boy. I believed in the old gods. That's why. So I'm going to keep the old gods. But we'll keep the Valyrian culture. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be a bastard of Blackfire. We're not going to be a branch of the Blackfires or the Targaryens. We're going to be our own thing. We'll get around to that. Because everyone's going to do that. I want to be my own person, you know. We don't know who our father was. Right. So as for a name, so with that story, we need a northern name, right? We don't need a Valyrian name. I think John. I love John, but we had John Blackriver, so we can't do this. So what's another northern name you guys would like? Why not go Westerosi Valyrian? Because one, High Valyrian I think makes more sense. And 2, we're going Old Gods. Old Gods is the faith of the North. I'm glad we aren't related to the Targaryens. Yeah, we're going to do something a bit different. When is Dragon Updates releasing? On the 23rd of this month. 2 weeks. John. We've already had a John. I can't have John Blackriver and then John in House of the Dragon as well. Every custom character is going to be called John. Aaron. I want a northern name. You know, I'm not going to change my first name, but I will choose my dynasty name once I realized my ancestral blood. Daniel, possibly William. When I hear William, I think of William the Conqueror. I don't know. Dragon. Tormund. Oh, I like Tormund. Tormund has a ring to it. Elric kind of has a ring to it as well. I was thinking the Westerosi Valyrian, because High Valyrian speaks Valyrian, not common tongue. Maybe I can have someone teach me. But that's a good point. We can go into more on that, actually. We should look at that. I've got display capture still up as well, so if we need to Google things, we could. Krayling, Benjen. Oh, I like Benjen. Torren, Nod, Dargle. We might have to do a poll here, guys. We'll pick a few of our favorites, and then I'll do a poll, and then we can kind of vote on it. Amadeus. It's not really northern, though. It sounds a bit too grand, you know? I want something that represents this poor peasant bastard northern boy. Don't know his father, lost his mother when he was young. Luke. See, Luke is the kind of the simple name I'm looking for. Yeah, I have a 4-letter name myself, so I'm not insulting you guys. My name's also simple. Adric, I like. Right, I think we need to pick a few of these. So, I'm going to end the current poll because I don't think I can start a new one without it. But how are you High Valyrian? Not Westerosi Valyrian. We'll go into that more in the detail in a moment. At the moment, we're picking a first name, guys, okay? We'll go back to the culture. Don't worry. One thing at a time. Doran Forget. Right, how do I create a new poll? Bloody hell. Right, it's down there. So let's start a poll. Ramsay. Oh, I like Ramsay. I thought of David, but I don't know. Bjorn. Bjorn. Maybe it's because I just did the Vikings. I just think of Vikings when I hear Bjorn. So I feel like that might take me out. So what was the first one? I think Elric was the first one that I saw that I liked, right? I might have to scroll back up. What was the other one that I said I liked? Oh, man. Tormund was the other one. Yes, yes, yes. So we got Elric, we got Tormund. I'm going to put these ones in a poll, by the way, guys. Dom. If I hear Dom, I think Fast and Furious. They're good suggestion, guys, but it's my poor brain which draws these references. Ramsay. I think I like Ramsay as well. Let's go ahead and get that in there. Garth. Oh, Garth. Benjen. Garth. Roos. Garth. Garth reminds me of Garth Greenhand, though. Baron or Benjen? Benjen Stark. Baron. Do you know what? For some reason, I'm liking Baron. I don't know why. Right, guys. Choose our first name. We're going to pull up a poll. We'll give it a few minutes. And as this poll is running, we can also discuss the culture thing again. Because some of you made some very good points, actually. Choose our first name. Elric, Tormund, Ramsay, or Baron. That poll's going to be starting now. I'll let it run for like 2 to 5 minutes. Pick your favorite, and we'll go with any one of those 4. Back to the culture thing. We can't speak Valyrian. That is true. We still have... If we go to Westerosi Valyrian, we still have the Valyrian blood. But it does make sense that we can't... Yeah, this has the Valyrian tongue, whereas this has the common tongue. I think you guys are right. Maybe Westerosi Valyrian is the correct one to go for here. I think you made a very, very good point. Westerosi Valyrian suits better. I don't think random Dragonseed peasants living on a barren island in the north managed to preserve High Valyrian over 500 years. And the thing is, we didn't know our parents, right, as well. I think you make very good points there. And because it has the comment... Yes, let's go Westerosi Valyrian. I think we can still have dragons. You don't need to speak the Valyrian. Your dragon can understand your language if taught. Yes, that's another thing as well. And because we're going to find the dragon when it's young, we have that opportunity as well. Luca, if you vote on the poll, you should see it in the chat. Vote in the poll, and then that's how we're doing it. Sunfire speaks it. Exactly, we saw that as actually in the season, you're right. Only way I say we go High Valyrian is if Westerosi can't have dragon. I think they can because I actually prepared some stuff. Let's bring OBS to this window. If I quickly turn on display capture and I bring up my other Chrome tab. I swear I'm organized, guys. If we go onto this, I think you should be able to see it. Let me double check. Yes, you can. If we go here, we can see that we can give ourselves a Dragon Rider perk. So Dragon Riders are those few men and women who have bonded a dragon, wielding that fearsome power to their own ends. So as long as we start with this, we should be okay. Which brings me on to another point. This costs 200 points. So today, when we make our character, we need to make sure that they are 200 points or less. Because I don't want to go over 400 points. To try and keep our guys somewhat realistic. So as long as we have this Dragon Rider perk, I think we should be okay. Oh, I've saved this as well. Let's go back here. I should be okay if I just leave it on display capture, actually. Right, how's the poll doing? We got 34% for Elric. 32. Oh, it's changing. It's close between Elric and Tormund. And then Baron in third. What's the time? It's 2015. Okay, we got 40 seconds. When it reaches 2016 on my PC time, I'll stop the poll. And then we'll see which one won. You love my videos? Ah, thank you. That's nice. Plus 200 is insane. Then again, you know, having dragons is insane. So It had to. Will this be posted after the streams end? Yes, it will be. I'm going to keep it up as kind of like an episode 0. Because we're going to go over the lore and whatnot. At the end of the stream as well, when it ends, I'm going to put together like an information card kind of thing. So it'll be really nice. You don't need to... I've already read that. Sorry if I do miss your messages. Feel free to send your questions again. There's like 100 people here, which is insane. Hi, Westerosi and Essosi Valerian can attempt to cradle eggs. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Can you become a dragon rider during the game? Yes. I think you can attempt to tame a dragon, but it's very dangerous. I mean, as we saw. Your proposal is winning. Oh, it's 2016. Right, end the poll. End the poll. I got distracted. So, choose our first name. Elric won with 38% of the vote. There we go. Who said that this isn't a democracy sometimes? Ramsey wins. Yeah, that's the plot twist, guys. I was doing a reverse poll. No, okay. So, are we happy with all of this? We got the Old God Faith. We have the Westerosi Valerian. And we have Elric as our first name. I think I'm happy with those 3. So, next we have the Dynasty banner. Yeah, I think I'm happy with those 3. Right. So, of course, the first thing we can do with the Dynasty banner is going for the simple... I mean, you see it in the thumbnail. Going for the very simple dragon, which I quite like. Let's do... Oh, that's different. Oh, it's there. That's why. Oh, it's a 3-headed dragon. Oh, I could go for the single-headed. I think the 3-headed one looks cooler, though. We can do something like this, where even though we're not related to the Targaryens, or a part of their branch at all, maybe this is like a power statement, you know? Not just the Targaryens can ride dragons in this day and age. Maybe it's a direct challenge to them. Although that seems a little bit dangerous. It might be inviting our own Dan. So this is banner 1. Another possible banner you guys mentioned in the comments of the poll is maybe going for like a unicorn. But we're not from Skagos. So maybe... But that's where we found Frostfang, our dragon. Oh, what's this? It's a shame this is so small here. I would like to see a bigger version. I don't think I want that one. Is there... No, that's not a unicorn. That's a horse. I'll be honest. I am a very big fan of this. I'm liking this a lot. You know, what we could also do is just the single dragon as well. What I could do, actually... I'm complaining about this. I could always scale this up just so we can see it a bit better, and then we can scale it down later. Although it doesn't look as cool, does it? It doesn't look as cool. What's this one? Oh, that's interesting. I think I like this one the most. You think the single dragon's better? Man, I like this though. It just feels a little bit empty. Unless we can add something. Maybe in this little circle here, we can add another thing. What should we add here? A pig? With wings? No, that makes no sense. Maybe we could add like a unicorn here. Or like, or something to represent being a bastard. Who knows? Like a new age? Werewood colors would be nice. That's also a good point. I like the white because obviously we're from the north. You know, it's the winter. And I think our dragon is going to be like black as well with like blue tints too. Which we can't make the dragon yet, sadly. But we can think about that. We'll open some dev blogs and have a look. Have the single-headed dragon and a unicorn in the gap. Yeah, that could be a possibility. We need to see if there's a unicorn. So this is the single dragon. Spending hours in character creation menus. Greater than your OG autistic hyper-focus. My parents thought I was not. Yeah, we're not even going to be playing today. We're just making a character. You know, we're 20 minutes in and we've only got the name, the culture, and the faith. We might be here a while, lads. It is possible for dragons to mate? I think so. Is the headcanon that Frostfang came from an egg that Sheepstealer or the cannibal left on Skagos? We can discuss that later on. That's still up in the air for us to decide. At the end of the stream, we're going to take all of the ideas and combine it into a sheet as well, which I'll put up so everyone can see. Single dragon and a werewood tree. Oh, we could do a werewood tree. Which mods am I going to use? I don't know yet. Because most of the mods will be out to date when the dragon's released. So it'll probably be a very light mod list. The lone dragon makes more sense. I agree. Okay, I'm sold on the lone dragon. So now, let us... how do I do this? Let's go here. Let's add another emblem. I'm just going to resize this a little bit. That's fine. Let's just pull it there for now. And we need like a unicorn or a werewood tree. That's not what I'm looking for. There has to be a unicorn. There has to be. I refuse to believe that there's not one. Let's see. Oh, they have the single flame here. I don't see anything there. Where would it be? Maybe it would be in the north heraldry, right? If there was going to be one. We have like a kind of tree here. That's not a werewood tree though. That's a horse more than anything. We could have a frog. Man, these banners are insane. I love them. Oh, we got like the little forester tree here. I'm not seeing a unicorn. A wolf? I don't think a wolf makes sense for us. We got a little tree there. Oh, this tree looks cool. But it's not what we're looking for. Also, I'm going to just put it black for now. Just so we can see it. Or maybe... yeah, let's go black. Let's go black. What else there? A Game of Thrones miscellaneous heraldry. Okay, that's not for us. Iron Isles, North Pirates, The Reach, Stormlands Vale. We got normal stuff as well. Unicorn is Westerlands. Ah, okay. Man, I can't read. Where's the West? There's the Westerlands, right? Oh, we got this one. Okay. That's looking nice. Are there any others, like, just with the head, possibly? I don't think so. So what if we had, like, this one? We scaled it up a little bit. Maybe we could even flip it. So it's kind of like here, you know, unicorn meets dragon. It shows, because we're going to be forming this dynasty, because we were a nobody, it kind of symbolizes the beginning of our house, you know? We have the Unicorn of Island Skagos, where we found the dragon, and then we have Frostfang as well on the banner. I like that. Oh, I like it. How are we gonna... About there, because it kind of completes the circle, maybe? What do you guys think about this? A bit bigger, maybe? Or is it okay? Make a Dragon Breath 2 flames of different colors? I don't know which colors we'd do, though. The three-headed dragon is a symbol of the dream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I didn't have the dream because I was kind of like intrigued by the noises, right? Are you going to include the Valyrian Steel submods so that you can send expeditions? I'm still undecided yet. Because I need to work out which mods will work and which ones won't. So a lot of the mods I can't say yes or no to yet. I'll do testing and then try and get the series started as soon as I can. House Bracken for the Riverlands has a werewood, might be there. Should we go for the unicorn instead though? Unless we go with the story that maybe we believed that the old gods sent me to the shore that day to meet Frostfang. Maybe, but would that make sense though from a faith lore point? I'm not sure. Try the nature tab. Under the base game might have some cooler tree options. Apparently we have a werewood tree in the Riverlands, so we can use that one. House name Mythos? We're not on the house name yet, lads. We're on the banner. You like it? Have you decided to arrange a hardcore game for yourself? I'm just making the character right now. Werewood is better. Background song name? Song name is in the description with a link. Unicorn Dragon. You like the unicorn. Do you know what, guys? We can edit this again after, right? Let me save this one and copy to clipboard. Where's my notepad? I should probably use this one. Let's use this one. I'm gonna paste this here, and then we can always make a new notepad for the second one, just so I don't lose it, right? And now, if we adjust this, what am I looking for? This time we're gonna try a werewood tree. Okay, so you guys said, I've already forgot, Riverlands. Where's the werewood tree? Is it this one? Has to be this one, right? Or do we go for this? We can mess around with the size and stuff after. Actually, I think that's a good size, actually. Maybe I can even save that one quickly. Copy clipboard. Just so we don't lose it. Let's put it there. Right. If I go to my documents, we can take a look at them in image viewer. Bear with me, guys. There's going to be a lot of stuff like this today. Where's my screenshot? Screenshots, coat of arms. Right. So candidate 1 is this. I'll put it full screen. So that's option A. Wait, I'll do a poll as well. Let's do another poll. Or we have option B. That's not a werewood tree, is it? Now that I see it bigger. Not a fan of the tree. I think the tree looks better. I think that the willow from House Rigger unicorn looks better. Maybe if instead of the tree being black, it could be maybe red or whatever color it was in the movies. Gold gray background, so you can use a white tree. No, it's not a werewood tree. Now that I see it bigger, it's definitely not. Right, guys, how do I find the werewood tree? Which category? Is it still in the Riverlands? That's a weeping willow. Was it the... Is it this one? Oh, it's this one, right? Because it has no leaves and stuff. Yeah, I think it's this one. If we... Oh, we don't have to flip it either. Actually, I liked it flipped. I'll just do something like this. And we can have the werewood there. Top row, fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, but that's got so much extra stuff with it, though. I don't think we can use that one. It has so much going on. When we make it smaller, we won't be able to see it. I don't think this one... but we could make... no, we could use it. You know why? If we did this... I can turn this to white. And then we can make this black. And then we just yank up the scale. Oh, no, it's going to clip with the dragon, though. Yes, but we can reorder, my friend. Let's do this. There we go. I wish the base game would update this. Oh, but it can't go very big. So we have this one, right? Let me see. Okay, let's just quickly save that. I'm gonna copy this one to the clipboard, and we'll replace this. There we go. A raven, but that's specifically the Blackwoods. Would it be in the north? Is there a... we looked in the north. I couldn't find one. Is there a tab with Game of Thrones religious icons? I don't think so. See, maybe this is a tutorial on the emblem creator. So we got Dawn. Wait. Crownlands. Dawn, Essos, Iron Isles, Miscellaneous, North, Pirates, Reach. Riverlands, Stormlands, Vale, Westerlands. There's no religious one. Right, guys. I think we have our 2 though, right? It can't go very big. So, did I save this one to the disk? Yes, I did. Right. So I think those are the 2 banners I'm gonna go for. Yeah, the Forester one has a sword inside the tree. I think at least this one kind of looks a little bit more generic. There's a religious one in the Game of Thrones Plus, I believe. Yeah, but we can't be relying on mods, because when it releases, everything's gonna break. Or possibly. Sorry, I got a cough. Let me get a drink. Right. I'm gonna go with these 2 guys. So, let's make a new poll. We're gonna start a poll. So we've got the unicorn. We have the tree. Which dynasty banner? And we're going to give it till 2035 and we can discuss other stuff in the meantime. Get your votes in. Excuse me. Okay, my voice is a little bit better now. House Rowan in the Reach has a tree. Don't... well, we're going to keep it this. We're going to do this. I'm committing. The one with the unicorn looks like they fight. With this one, the idea was they face each other because they came together For me, like the way the dragon is circled around the unicorn, they're not fighting, but more like it's a sign of unification, right? The unicorn completes the circle. And the circle is us, the character. Maybe we were the prophesized one, who knows? This is all mystery. In the air, rumors. Right, let's open... Actually, I'll keep this open so you guys can see and think. And compare them. We can go back to the game after. It looks like it roasted the tree down. It's a shame we can't make it a little bit bigger. The unicorn is pulling down roots in Skagos. Man, I like this. This is cool. Man, I can't wait for Dragons 3. Oh, it's going to be so fun when we start playing. It's fine, Matt. It's fine. We're going to pick between these two. I'll give it like 3.5 more minutes. This music's so good, by the way. Is the music volume good now, guys? Only death can pay for life? True. And maybe there's that extra little bit of lore, you know. I don't know my father. My mother died when I was but a boy, like 5 years old. You know, I've been surrounded by death and hard times and poverty. I've had to look out for myself. So maybe a dead werewood tree is more relatable for I forgot what we called him. Not Elric, was it? Was it Elric we called him? I think it was Elric. I think so. Elric. My memory's so poor sometimes because I was reading so many names. Maybe the dead tree's more relatable to Elric. But the unicorn has a lot of meaning as well. Who's the mother? Just a random nobody peasant. There's no significance there. The father was the significance. That's where we got the Valyrian blood from. But we don't know who he was, and we have no way of finding out because my mother has already sadly died. So there's that air of mystery, of that unknown. Can we make the tree a bit bigger? That's as big as it goes, sadly. It's because we're taking it from a bigger logo, and then... Yeah, it's smaller to begin with. Maybe you can have the dragon imposed upon the tree instead of side by side. But we're gonna go with these. I'm not gonna do more edits because we already started the poll. I think I'm okay with either one of these. I do have a preference, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to influence the poll. With this backstory, I'm just expecting the warlord on a path to unite the tribes and bring down the wall in rage, if you understand correctly. I mean, we'll go into that. I think it's, you know, he's finally got a little bit of power. And maybe he's tired of the injustice. You know, the delusion of newly found power. He thinks he can do a better job. He's fed up of all the children who have had to grow up through poverty. Maybe he wants the North. Maybe he will be a better king than those who rule the kingdoms currently. Who knows? We'll have to see. We'll have to see as well, because the way I like to play the campaigns, you guys know, I have a rough idea of what I want to do, but my playthroughs are always dynamic. If something happens in the series, which I think is cool and immersive, then I follow that instead. I don't mind completely going in a different direction. So we're going to make the backstory, and that will kind of naturally go from there. How long we got left? 30 seconds. I'd personally flip the dragon and tree just because it looks like a threat/insult to the old gods, with the dragon destroying a symbol of the gods. Maybe he's protecting it. It's like inside the circle of the dragon. Look, the fire's going over it. Maybe it's a symbol of protection. So, interpretation. What is the preference? I'll tell you guys when the poll ends. It's ended 1 second ago. Okay, so the tree won. I'll be honest, my preference was the unicorn, but I'm okay with the tree. I kind of like both. Who knows, when the mod releases as well, the dragon update, we might actually have more coat of arms to play with. So we might have more trees and whatnot. And I'll go into more depth as well. I will look for more trees and mess around with them more, and choose the one that looks the best after. If you lived in Skagos as a batter, if you go back in the stream, we didn't grow up on Skagos. We didn't grow up on Skagos. That's not our law. Would he have any connection to House Targaryen? We don't know our father. Will he side with him? Again, that's something dynamic. I don't plan for long-term stuff like that. But seeing this banner, I don't think the Targaryens would take kindly to a non-Targaryen having a dragon, you know. For them, the dragons are the power. Anyway, so for now, we're going to lock in the tree one. Let's end the poll. I will save this. It was number 2, wasn't it? I'll save this for now. Oh my god, my YouTube folder's a mess, by the way, guys. And I'm just going to call this Coats of Arms. There we go. Just so I don't lose that, and I can mess around with it later. Right. Let's go back in the game. We can copy this. I'm just going to paste it in here as well. Just so we can see it twice, you know? Beautiful. Right, we need a dynasty name. Now this, before you start spamming in the chat, we're going to go back to the post. Because if you see any cool ones you like here, I'll refresh it as well, just in case there's new ones. If you see any cool ones here, you can comment those as well. So what do we have here? We have House Frostborn. Because our dragon is going to be called Frostfang, I think having Frostborn, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, my voice is going. Let's see. Do we have more house names? House Starkfire. We're not Starks, so I feel like all of these names are good, but I feel like it just doesn't fit. Is there a house name here? I don't think so. Howling Winds. Maybe we're looking for something a bit more generic as well. I'm not sure. Snowfire? With the cool spelling of fire there. House Iskaris? House Drostarian, born of ice and stone. Skagos means stone in the old tongue. Ooh, okay. House Silverfang. I feel like Silverfang is more like a dragon name. Again, I like all these names. It's just my instant like reaction vibe. Do we have a house name here? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, we got a few. House Norwind, House Windrake, House Winterwing, House Winter with the Y. I kind of like this one, I won't lie. House Winter sounds cool. We got House Bright Frost. Let's see. House Frostfire. House... Oh, I like this one as well. House Suvion. It's ice in High Valyrian. Maybe we didn't... we don't know High Valyrian, but maybe we found an old tome with just a few words, right? And we found Suvion. And like the pictures of the ice in the north. Because we're in the north. So maybe it's left there from some ancient Valyrian who maybe lived and died in the north. Who knows? So House Suvion could be good. It's one of the only words that we know. And maybe instead of saying Dracarys, when we ride our dragon, we say Suvion. Because he breathes ice. I mean, it's obviously going to be fire, but it's, you know, we say Suvion. We teach him to do that. House Yetarion. Combo of Yeti because North and Valerian. Oh, Yetarian. Okay. I said that so poorly. And that's that. Right. Out of all of these guys, I think the ones that start... I like House Suvion. Because I like the little ice in Valerian. And maybe there's a little bit of lore for us to add in there as well. I like House Winter. There's another one as well. And I'll read some of your recommendations as well. I tell you, we're going to need another notepad. Let's get this one this time. I'm going to write them down. So we got House Suvion, which is ice in High Valyrian. And then we have House Winter. Right. I'm coming back to you guys now in the chat. Let's see what ideas you had. Silverfangs, Spamgarian. You mentioned a unicorn. You did. That's actually why I wanted to pick it. Blue Fire, House Frost. The greens will probably be more vibes with you than the blacks. Well, we're actually... it's going to be the Rogue Prince, so... do the greens really exist yet? I don't think so, right? I'm not sure if Aegon has already been born yet or not. House Snowfire. Snowfire? Sure, we could go for it. We could go for it, actually. I like it, But I don't know if it's on this level. We'll see. I need to think about it for a moment to see how it feels. Stone Drake. Again, all of these are good suggestions, but I just need to pick my absolute favorites. Rhyme Flame. House Bluefire. Oh! Okay, I think because we have the blue as well, like the blue of the ice, the blue of our flame. I mean, our flames aren't actually blues, like metaphorically. House Bluefire might make sense. I think I like that. Metarian. House Balerion. I don't think that's... I mean, our dragon's going to be called Frostfang, but I don't want to name our house after our dragon either. House Winter sounds good. We don't have to have a name that relates to the dragon. Exactly. And I think I think that might be the way I go towards. The Targs may be too busy down south to listen to the rumors from Skyros. And that would be useful because I'm starting with a young dragon. We're going to need time for the dragon to get battle experience and also age as well. It's going to be part of the story. It's going to be a long-term story. House Free Frost. Hello, Jack. How you doing? The fire in the end of a house name is such a downturn for me. Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I like blue fire, but in general, I'm not sure how I feel about the fire things because it feels a bit Targaryen, even though it might not be a Targaryen thing. Would go for winter. We'll pick our favorite from these and then we'll poll it again, guys. Don't worry. Frost fire or frost fire. Yeah, we have snow fire, blue fire, maybe a frost fire. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put the fires down here in their own kind of category. And I'm going to pick my absolute favorite to add in the poll. Well, I don't want more than one fire. How you doing, Valadar, by the way? How you doing? Nice to see you. Frost fire. Suvion to me just sounds out of place for northern houses. But it has some good lore there, though. Some rando dragon seed who's totally into Valyrian culture despite only knowing 3 words in High Valyrian. House Targ Weeb. Kelvin, Draconi, House of Winters is ice. Bad pun, I'm sorry, guys. Ice Vein, Ice Fang. I mean, our dragon's called Frost Fang, so I feel like it's a bit too close. Ice Fire. I mean, we already have, like, Frost Fire, right, and Snow Fire. I feel like it's the same thing. I think, actually, between Snow Fire and Frost Fire, I think I like Frost Fire. It just sounds harsher, Frost Fire, than Snow Fire sounds soft, you know? Like, snow is, I mean, it could be hard, but, like, frost, I don't know. Frost is sharp. It's that chill you get in the morning. Sounds more brutal. Could be a genetic mutation for our dragon. Maybe in lore he could breathe blue fire. Or we could see. I think people are already going to hate me for straying from the lore a little bit anyway. I don't want to piss them off too much. But again, I just want to have fun, so who cares? If your dragon is blue, I'm going to go for a black dragon. In fact, we'll open the dev blog and we'll see what we can do. I'm going to go like a black dragon with like blue highlights, like tint of blue on his wings and maybe his spikes. But I just like the idea of like a blacked out dragon flying over the winter landscape. Could you imagine the terror you would feel? The greens weren't a thing until Aegon was born. Yeah, exactly. I don't think Aegon will be born at the beginning of the playthrough. And we don't know how the AI will play. That's another thing. Things will be dynamic. Wingarian. Frozen Wind. Cold Ember. Cold Wind. Snowworm. What is the Valyrian word for snow? I don't know, but I like the word for ice. Valeris was a Valyrian house during the Freehold. But we don't want to tie ourselves to a single house, though, because we don't actually know which house we're descended from. We just know we have the blood. Should be a white dragon for camouflage. We could, but I feel like the black dragon makes more of a statement, you know. Guys, okay. I think blue fire and frost fire. I like both for different reasons. I like Suvion and I like winter. I'm going to go for these 4. I'm going to go for these 4. Right. And I'm going to poll it. So let me make another poll. And whilst we're letting this poll play out, we can open another dev blog and start looking at dragons and consider stuff like that. So we got House Suvion, which again is the Valyrian word for ice. We have House Winter, of course, being a bastard in the north. Peasant boy, you always hear about the tales of winter. We have House Bluefire. And then we have House Frostfire. Just double checking I spelled those right. I'm going to start the poll. And we'll come back to that. We'll end that at 2050. So 5 minutes. Just under 5 minutes. White dragon is nice for the north, but black dragon would be terrifying to see, especially in relation to Balerion. I think it's that factor, you know. Oh man, I just like the idea of a black dragon with like blue tint just on the landscape. You see it in the distance and you're just like, oh crap. Because all the dragons are down south as well. So it's even scarier, maybe. Even scarier. Right, guys, those are the 4 house names. Pick your favorite. Also, I need to find a dev blog. Right, where's Discord? It's on the other monitor, so I don't leak anything. Where's the Game of Thrones Discord? There it is. Mods news. I think it was recent, right? The one where you customize your dragon. How to make your dragon. Oh, it was literally the most recent one. Let's go ahead and open this. Well, I'll put it in my incognito tab. So if we look here, where's the stream chat gone? If we, that's the wrong one. Wait, what? How to make your dragon. Oh, I already had it open. It's the same one. Right, guys, I was already prepared. So if we take a look, there's a video. This is what I wanted. So if we take a look at this video, 720p, we can see kind of all the colors we can get here. And all the sliders. Oh, man, I want a proper beefy dragon, you know, like muscles. Oh, just looking fearsome. But he's going to be young as well, so maybe not too beefed out. But I think when, yeah, you see changing the sliders of the color here. I think, is there another video that shows the colors of the dragons? I thought there was. But you can see here, or like in this picture here, we can get the darker dragons. Maybe we want like blacked out. Maybe the wings are like almost all black, but we have like a slight blue tinge on the wings. Maybe even like a blue shine on the belly or something. Maybe even blue spike. I think black spikes would be scarier though. So that's kind of what I'm going to go for with the dragon. Dragons early? No. I don't have access yet. We're just making the character. Dragons release on the 23rd. By the way, guys, we have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the poll. But yeah, let's watch that video again. You can see, like, look at this. The colors. I think you can make it like more metallic, more shiny, or like more matte. There's so many things to customize here. That will be in part 1. That's going to be in part 1. Because I can't make that now, sadly. A black dragon is good because you associate the color black with death. That's good as well. Yes. We got another thing that crosses over into the theme of death. I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Can you make the fire blue? I don't think so. I think we'll keep the normal fire though. But the blue, you know, it's kind of like... Maybe that's why our dragon isn't afraid of going north of the wall as well. Maybe the dragon, you know, it kind of... Because it's only young. It's only been on Skagos kind of hunting... You know, the various people or cattle that it can find. Maybe it had to venture into wildling territory because it's less populated, so it's a bit safer for it to hunt animals and whatnot. And maybe because it was raised in the north where it's the coldest. That's why he's a bit more brave, and unlike the other dragons, he does venture north of the wall. Could be an idea. We'll still work with the lore. We're going to have to stray from the actual lore a little bit to make it work, but that's okay. As long as I think we can have fun about it. Maybe the dragon flames get so hot it can breathe blue flames as well as orange. Oh, possibly. That's a thing, isn't it? We have 45 seconds left on the poll. There are some accounts in the books that some dragons had different flames, so it would be nice to imagine Frostfang has blue flames. If that's true, then maybe we can. Oh, man. Oh, there's so much cool stuff. I'm so hyped for this playthrough. Man, I can't wait to wait all of this up for everyone. I'm just sure it's a good prophecy of the run. Have a runoff between Suvion and Winter. Right, it depends how close is it. I don't have it open. Suvion and Winter, by far the two in the lead. Do you know what? I think we should do that. But I'll do a shorter poll. I'll do like a 1 minute poll. Speed poll. Yeah, here's all the dragon eggs. Egg color equals dragon color. Yes. I need to reread through all the dev blogs as well. Look how many colors of dragon eggs there are. Man, it's bloody amazing. Look at this. Ah, I can't wait when we build our first dragon pit and everything as well. Oh, who knows? Maybe we just let them roam free. Maybe. In the books, the dragon's fire is usually the color of their scales. Black fire with a slight blue tint. Oh, could you imagine? Man, it's scary. Right, have we... has the music stopped? No, okay, it's not the quiet part. It's much quieter for me than it is for you guys. OBS, my OBS is weird. Right, the poll's ended. Right, let's end it. I think 35% for House Winter, and it was the only option in the 30s, so I think I'm gonna go for House Winter. Winter is coming, but what they didn't realize is that Winter was Elric on the back of Frostfang. That's the name we're gonna go for as well. So we're gonna go with Winter, and I'll be honest, guys, I think I've already decided on a house motto. I've already gone for one, and it's from one of the comments, actually. As soon as I saw this, I was like, damn, that fits in with our lore. Where was it? This one, Flames from Snow. Instead of flames, I'm gonna go Flame from Snow, maybe. I'll tell you what, we'll do the same thing. So I'm gonna add this one, Flame from Snow. If I can type. Flame from Snow, because we're a single dragon, we're a single guy. We're a single flame from the snow. Flame from ice? Flame from snow. I think we go snow this time. So what house words do we want, guys? Now this one's... let's do this. Just so you can look at everything at the same time as well. I'll pull it over there. That's nice, isn't it? Winter is coming with the Y. I think that's a little too cheesy. We're ripping off the Starks a little bit too much. Gotta let the dragon roam on Skagos. I'm thinking the same thing, actually. Maybe we let it roam. Yeah, I mean, we were used to having our free... I mean, we didn't have a place to live. I couldn't imagine trapping a dragon in a pit. Maybe we do that. I mean, it will have territory to do it. Fire from Frost as the logo. Fire from Frost. So we have Flame from Snow or Fire from Frost. And the Frost lines up with what I said earlier. It's a bit harsher, you know. So actually, I like those two. I like those two. Our fire burns cold. Ooh. And I mean, fire can have a multiple meaning as well, right? Our fire could be like our passion, our hunger to undo, to be rid of what I had to go through. Get rid of those on top, not caring about the small folk. Make a better North for everyone, or a better Westeros. Maybe. Our fire burns cold. Our fire burns cold. I like the burning cold part as well. It just... I don't know, it hits me. Let's go for that. I'm going to write down a few, and then we'll narrow it down to 4 for a poll again. In winter's grasp, we ignite. Oh, I like it. I think it's like A tier though. I think we have like S tier and A tier. It's almost perfect. Born from frost, raised in fire. A new winter of ice and flame. Raised in fire, born from frost. Flames from rock, the frozen throne. Ice and fire. Ice and fire. We're gonna get copyright claimed. The ember beneath the frozen rock. Ooh. The ember beneath the frozen rock. I don't know why, but like when I'm thinking that, I'm just trying to picture a scene of like when we first saw Frostfang. Maybe it was like in a, I don't know, like a frozen cavern or something. And like Frostfang was kind of the ember, right? From the frozen rock. The ember beneath the frozen rock. I like that. And it also has another meaning, whereas we're the ember and we're like the frozen rock is kind of like the people in power now, you know, the Starks of the North, the Targaryens of the Iron Throne, and we're the ember that's going to change the ruling in the world. So the ember beneath the frozen rock. I think it was, right? Correct me. Yeah, I think it was this one. I'll capitalize it when I write it properly. Flame from the wall of ice. I like it. From blood and tears we grow. From blood and tears. I think we're hardened though. I don't think we have tears. Maybe we're beyond that. Excuse me. Flame from Snow is good because of the double meaning about snows being the bastard name. That's true as well. That is true. And I think, do you know what? I actually did think of that and I completely forgot it. You just reminded me. That's another reason I liked that. You're right. I pulled up that poem at like 3 a.m. this morning, by the way. So I was so tired and I read a few comments and I went to sleep. Because I had to wake up at like 8 a.m. this morning. Tie into the prince that was promised. Flames that burn like frost. In frost and flame we rise. In frost we rise. Oh, I think there's something there. The flame that melts the wall. That will be one of our goals, actually. Abandoned by fire. Reborn in ice. Do you know what? I would have loved that. If we were a Targaryen branch, that would be perfect, actually. But we're not going to be Targaryen. Blue fire is cold and red fire is hot. Is your character ice or fire? Because the parents must be fire, but are you sticking to it or are you embracing ice? That's part of our lore. We don't know who our father is. You know, our father's the mystery, which is... That's the excuse I've made to kind of get myself away from the Targaryen branches and stuff like this. So that's all going to be up to interpretation, and the characters, as they experience things in the story, they're going to come to their own assumptions, maybe. The coldest snow has the hottest fire. Cold as the north, fierce as the storm. It kind of... I feel like that aligns us to maybe the Baratheons a bit, though, with the storm. I don't know. Seed of the fire heart of the frost. The ice that burns the world. I'm not even going to read that one line. Made me chuckle, though. Skagos in the north is cold, and it could be like our dragon was born during one particularly strong snowstorm. That's... I think that ties in with why he can go north of the wall as well. Am I testing the names, mottos, or have you got early access to Dragons? Dragons release on the 23rd. We're still in like normal Game of Thrones, but we're just making our custom character ready. And I thought I would stream it so we could get input from everyone and really develop the lore. But yeah, no early access. I wish I had access to Dragons right now. I feel like a kid waiting for Christmas again. Right, guys. I think I like these four. Maybe you can be the descendant of a different old Valyrian house that escaped the doom. I mean, we're going to be a descendant from a Valyrian house. We don't know which one, though. But yeah, that's why we were able to tame Frost. That's why we bonded with Frostfang when we were summoned to Skagos. Pull it to a vote before I piss myself. Okay, guys. We've been live for an hour, and we've only gone down the left part of the customization. I think the traits would be much easier, though. Because this will fuel all the traits and stuff. And we've already said a lot of story. Do you know what? Right, we're going to do it. Oh, bloody hell. This one's going to take a while to write out. Right. House words. What is our house name? House Winter. I don't need to add the house part, right? I think Game of Thrones does that automatically. So we've got Flame from Snow. We have Fire from Frost. I like both of these. Fire from Frost sounds harsher, but Flame from Snow has the double dip in the bastard, because we are going to be a bastard. Our fire burns cold. Should it be our fire or my fire? I think our, because I'm forming a dynasty, right? And then we got the ember beneath the frozen rock. Sure, I like how all of these have like double or triple meanings as well. It's really cool. It would help if I could type. Fire Frost, our fire burns cold, the ember beneath the frozen rock. Right, I'm going to pull it up. And we're going to say at 21:05, so 5.5 minutes, we'll end it. You guys vote on that. And we can discuss some other stuff whilst we wait for that. Winter is our strength. Oh, light down as well. Right, let's see. Where are we? Be sure to make him hot. Oh, I don't know if that was a terrible pun, but it is. Intended, I mean. You can change it to the flame from ice. That might sound better. Flame from ice? Flame from snow? I like flame from snow, though, because it has the double meaning with the being a bastard of the north, right? And I like fire from frost, because it's a bit harsher sounding. So I like these two. Even though they're very similar, they sound very different as well. Fortified Table Eyes. We're going to go with these four. Flame from Snow is just so deep in meaning. I love it. I feel like all four of these are quite deep in meaning. Oh, man. Could you imagine we set all of this up And then we get a game over in episode 1. I would have to re-record it. The last one is too damn long. Yeah, but it's cool though. I don't think it's that long. The Ember Beneath the Frozen Rock. Because how often do you say your house words? And when you do say them, you want them to have meaning. I think the length of all 4 are fine. What is your dragon going to be named? Frostfang, I think. What is Frostfang called? Do you know why I said that? Frostfang sounds awfully familiar, and I don't know why. Is it the sword from World of Warcraft? When I googled it, oh, it might be Monster Hunter actually. Because I did play Monster Hunter World like a year ago, so that might be where I recognize it from. Oh yeah, it's this bastard. Oh no, this is giving me PTSD. It was Monster Hunter, guys. Man, screw that enemy. Screw that enemy. The Westerosi Valyrian dragon thing would be a setting you have to change. Yeah, yes, you have to be a dragon rider. Yeah, we covered that at the beginning. It costs 200 points, which is why today we're going to have to make sure our character is not more than 200. Because I don't like going over the 400 points. I don't want to be super powerful. You know, we already have a young dragon. That's powerful enough. Pretty sure Ned says winter is coming at least 5 times every episode. Maybe I can aim for 6 in my actual episodes. Frostfang is kind of a generic name, so you probably heard it from multiple places. Yeah, but it was definitely Monster Hunter when it like clicked. But yeah, it's quite a common name. I was thinking of like Frostwing or Frostfang. Frostwing. Frostfang. Fang, it sounds more, because I'm gonna like blacked out, Frostfang just sounds more, Frostwing doesn't sound bad. Sure, we might have to pull a dragon name as well, guys, towards the end of this. We might do that, actually. Bastard names are for noble bastards, well. If you don't know what your father was a noble, you wouldn't have the Snow Association. We're a peasant. Yeah, but, or maybe, are we, yeah, but we're not gonna have the last name Snow. We're being Winter. But I don't know if I'm going to give myself the bastard trait yet. We can discuss that when we come to traits. Am I going for the new start date? Yes, we will be playing in the Rogue Prince start date. So we'll have like Daemon Targaryen and everyone on the map, which is cool. Silverwing. Silverwing's already a dragon though. Frost Breath. Fearfang. Frost Fury. Suvion. Or Frostbite for dragon. You know what? We didn't use Suvion as a house name, but maybe we used Suvion as a dragon name. But maybe we didn't know the word, the Valyrian word for ice until after we found the dragon. Because then we got, you know, intrigued in such things. So we'll have to see. But Suvion could be something. Maybe I didn't even name my dragon. Let's be real, guys. If we stumbled across a dragon, 1, we're going to be crapping ourselves. 2, the fact that they wanted us to tame it or ride it and chose us as a rider, I don't think you name it right away, right? So maybe a name is something we came up with a few years later. Suvion nicknamed the Winter Fury. Oh, that could be good. We're gonna do... I like all these name suggestions. After we've done with the character, we will pull our dragon name as well. 173 viewers, that's insane. Frostwing, and then make the dragon black with its wings membrane ice blue. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier in the stream. That's probably the way I'm going to go about it. Again, if I do miss your message, feel free to send it again, because between looking at my other monitor, between chat and whatnot, it's quite hard. Right, how long's left on the poll? 40 seconds. If you haven't voted already, vote on your favorite house words, because we're going to use them. Are you intending on getting / hatching more dragons along that? Well, I mean, if we want to expand our dynasty, we need more dragons. So I think without a doubt, we will try. Oh, my voice is really bad today. Some nice water. You're a genius? Suncoast Software. Where's your message? Glycerion? Let me go back. Did I miss the first message? I might have. Here's the scrolling. Oh, I can't see more. I'm on live chat. Maybe I missed a message there. Dragon name idea, Blizzard. I don't know, guys. Maybe calling it Blizzard is a bad omen. We all know what happens at Blizzard. Will our character practice regular marriage, or will you have multiple wives? Because of our culture, it would probably be just the one wife. Shadowclaw, Wintersbane, all good names. Right, it's 21:05. Let's end the poll. Oh, it's very, very close. Oh, it's very close. Oh, man. 29, 28, 26. Oh, we might have to do another quick fire poll. Right, because the top 3 were so close, I'm going to do like a 1 or 2 minute poll, guys. To narrow it down. If it was clearer, I'd do more. Right. So, what are we left with? So, this one's gone. So, let's redo it. Okay. So, we got fire from frost. We have our fire burns cold. This poll will be much quicker as well. Quick fire polls now. Like 1 minute or something. And then we got... I could just copy paste these. This is probably quicker. My typing speed is atrocious. There we go. Right, I'm going to start the poll. It's 21:06 right now. So in 1 minute and 20 seconds, I will end the poll at 21:08. Get your votes in. We're doing quick fire now. Fire from Frost is awesome. The Ember beneath the frozen rock would be a really good accolade. Oh, guys, accolade names as well. Man, we'll save accolade names, though, for when we actually start this series. I have to get those algorithm comments somehow, guys. Actually, it's... You know, we both get something from it. You guys get to request, like, accolade names and character names, like child names. And the videos get a little boost in the algorithm from the comments, so... It's a win-win. Name the house Icefire. We've already got the house fire name. Wait, why did I get rid of it? Winter. We've gone with winter. We already polled that. It's already decided. Is this series going to be live? Probably recorded. Because it's going to be a much longer series, I think I'm going to go with recorded. Also, one thing I haven't mentioned, I think I'm going to be doing 2 uploads a day. Because the House Hall playthrough probably isn't close to conclusion. So I'm probably going to upload every day, 1 PM and 6 PM. One of those will be a House Hall upload, and one of those will be a House Winter upload. Or House of the Dragon upload. So things will get a little bit busy. But I should be able to manage it, I think. Right, oh, it's already 21:08. Did I say 21:08? Yeah, it's 16 seconds ago. Right, end the poll. And this one was much more decisive. Fire from Frost. So we got House Winter. And our words. Why can't I click it? Fire from Frost. I like it. Do you know what sucks about CK3 though? This won't save. So what I need to do is... Let's quickly go back to here. There we go. House name / words. Just so I don't forget. Wait, why did I do a folder? Why did I do a folder? We need a text document. There we go. House words name. Easy. Let's bring that over here. So we got House Winter. God, I can't even see that. That's tiny. And we got Fire from Frost. Same with the coat of arms. That doesn't save for some reason. Right, let's save that. Let's close that. I think we're finally done. That's going to be the logo. I'll mess around with the tree off stream to make it look better. So, we follow the old gods. We are Westerosi Valyrian. We're Elric Winter. And our dynasty, House Winter. Fire from Frost. I probably won't wait for this one to be done. I'll probably watch this series as it releases. I'm impatient. Don't torture me, please. We're all waiting for dragons. Wait, why is everyone pulling F? Did I miss something? I'm in the north? Yes. I'm in the north. Oh, there's 2 lines in the chat. Right, silver hair. I don't think we're going to go for silver hair. We're going to go with black hair. Otherwise, it would have been really obvious, right, that something was wrong. Not wrong, but, like, different about me, I mean. You should join the Greens and take over the start. I don't think the Greens will begin at the beginning. But I'm going to be by myself. Because think about it. The Targaryens will not like... Well, a non-Targaryen will have dragons. For them, it's a political thing, you know. The dragons is what keeps them in power. So they will not be happy that I have a dragon. So we probably won't... I mean, luckily we're going to be way in the north. So they'll probably ignore the rumors of this random guy having a dragon. Right, before we go for the look... Should we do the look first or the traits first, guys? Will it be easier to make the traits based on the looks or the looks based on the traits? So looks first or traits first? Traits? Traits? Yeah, I'm thinking the same. Let's go traits first. We're just going to ignore this random fella in the middle, okay? He's patiently waiting for his time. Will I join the Civil War? Oh, it depends if it happens. Yeah, it's kind of like my other Game of Thrones stuff where the AI, I'm going to go on, like, not pure historical mode, like random historical mode, where historical events can fire, but the outcomes aren't determined. Because I like alternative stories. Make him look like his personality. Exactly. Right. So first things that we need to stay under 200 points. So we're not making a super guy here. Do I... When... Okay. So when you have a dragon. When you have a dragon. Let's go here. It says that... so creating your dragon, right? That's creating your dragon rider. It says here... Where is it? It's somewhere. I was literally reading this. Before the stream. Maybe it was in a different... bloody hell. Here. So players have an option of selecting one of 4 dragon sizes. A young dragon, an adult dragon, an old beast, or an ancient monster. We're going to go with a young dragon. So we might not even be able to ride it at the very beginning. So being a young dragon... I don't want to be too old at the beginning. So how old was I when I found this dragon? I mean, I'm 26. So if I'm trying to put myself into this character, I want to say 26. But I don't want to be too old. Instead of winter, you should be House Sonar. We've already had a vote on it. The community spoke. I like the suggestion vote off. There was so many good suggestions, but we had to pick one. Once you have some dragon eggs from your OG dragon, are you going to have a dragon named Onion? Maybe, we'll see. Maybe we could even have a separate name suggestion requests for dragons instead of children. Do 16? Do you know what? Do you know why I don't pick 16? Whenever people go 16, I feel like it's gamey. Because you maximize your life too long. Even though we were growing up homeless and we had to fight poverty and whatnot, were we super tough at 16? I don't know. I think like early 20s somewhere. Plus, I want a beard. I want a beard. So when do we get a beard? This is how we min-max it. You get a beard at 18. We don't play at 16. Maybe 19, 18. 18 though still sounds a bit immature, doesn't it? Because you're still like a teen. But it's a different world. It's like medieval fantasy. It's not like an 18-year-old nowadays. So let's see. Maybe like 20 or 21. 20? I think 20 sounds good. Man, I'm probably giving way too much thought to something like this. But I gotta feel the character when I play it. Oh dear, that could be taken out of context. Definitely gotta raise the age. If you found the dragon at a young age, it would be larger. Yeah, I don't know how long ago we found the dragon. I think our story is going to start shortly after we gained our dragon, basically. Because then we have to have the whole period where we wait for it to grow up and whatnot. So it's kind of a recent thing. 21, let him be able to at least buy a single hit. I don't know if he can fly to America. I don't know what fuel prices are like back then for dragons. So whatever age the young dragon selling, give the dragon. Yeah, we're going to give the young dragon. For sure. I think 21. I like 21. No, I like 20. Do you know why? Because if I pick 21, I have that stupid meme stuck in my head from the Vine days. What's 9 plus 10? I can't do that. So we're going to be 20. I like 20. 20 is a nice number. Right. What's our weight? I mean, so we're a map. We've had to have physical labor. We've been stealing things. We've had to stand up for ourselves. People have tried beating us and robbing what small possessions I do have. So we're not going to be super skinny. I think we have Do you know what? Now I'm a bit older and I can make a living. I think a bit stocky. Maybe a bit of muscle like this. I mean, this kind of goes into the looks thing though, so we could do the weight after. Right, education. Now, I don't like martial. Even though we're going to be prowess and fighting focused, I don't like martial because martial is kind of like, I wouldn't be raised to command armies, right? However, I'm going to be running with the more education traits mod. And I think the perfect one is one of these prowess ones. It makes sense that we would be able to... Maybe we don't fight in the way of knights or whatnot, but we had to fight to defend ourselves. I mean, my life, basically. I had to fight to steal food. So maybe one of these prowess traits would be good. Novice fighter or skilled brawler. None of these three make sense. Like, we're not a battle-hardened warrior. Maybe later in life. So we're either a skilled brawler or a novice fighter. Maybe we should read the flavor text. So Novice Fighter says, the Novice Fighter has been introduced to the basics of combat, barely scratching the surface of martial prowess. Or a Skilled Brawler. The Skilled Brawler has honed their combat skills through rigorous training, showing notable competence on the battlefield. Okay, we haven't been on the battlefield, so that makes no sense. And rigorous training? I wouldn't say we've trained. So we're going to be a Novice Fighter, probably. I think Novice Fighter makes more sense. What's the backstory, the script? I would recommend... There's been a lot of yapping this stream. So you can watch it when it goes live. Or at the end of this stream, over the next few days, I'm going to write up everything in kind of a single page. And give an overview. And then I'll post that in a few days. Because we've gone through a lot of ideas. Weight should depend on your life. Height, not life. Wait, I've confused myself. Maybe a little starved then. Oh yeah, weight isn't muscle. True. We'll do the weight after we have the look and stuff though, because I feel like the weight might change depending on our look. I think Novice Fighter, guys. The brawl, ignore this stuff. I don't care about the perks it gives us, okay? It's all the flavor text. It says here, the skilled brawler has honed their combat skills through rigorous training. When would we have had the time to train rigorously as well? Showing notable competence on the battlefield. When have we ever been on a battlefield? We've never been on a battlefield. Are you using a submod of a Game of Thrones? Or it has dragons? No, we're making our character for when the dragons release on the 23rd. That's what we're doing today. I think we should poll it. We could go intrigue. Oh, do you know what? That's a very good point. Intrigue also makes sense. Right, so I think out of these two, I do prefer Novice Fighter based on the description. Yes, we're going to be trash, but guys, we're going to have a dragon. Let's not forget that. We're going to be much better off than other peasants, you know, around us. So as for intrigue, so the amateurish plotter has had some education in the art of intrigue, but any knowledge in the art has eluded them. But this says we've had an education. I wouldn't have had an education. Yeah, see, the flavor text isn't doing it for me. So I think Novice Fighter. Do you know what? We could poll it, though. Do you guys want to poll it, or do you want to go Novice Fighter? If enough of you really want Skilled Brawler, then we'll put it to the vote like everything else. Yeah, I'm making a character for when it's ready. I did like the intrigue suggestion, though, but the flavor text is off. You don't like the flavor text? Yeah. I think that's why I like this mod, because it's a little bit different, you know, the flavor text. But I like picking my traits off of flavor text. It's just an immersion thing for me. Novice, Brawler, Skilled, Vote, Skilled, Brawler. Right, we're going to have to pull it to a poll because it's fairly split. We'll do another quick fire poll. We won't do a 5 minutes. We'll do like 2-minute one. Right, so we have Novice Fighter. And this sub mod should work because it just adds education traits. Or we have Skilled Brawler. Maybe we could argue that the rigorous training was me maybe getting ganged up on. You know, by small gangs, crime gangs. They're not happy with what I'm doing. So I had training with that. My whole upbringing I've had to deal with this because from the age of 5, you know, I've been by myself. Education trait. I mean, it's literally called an education trait, actually. I think I should just call it my trait. Right, let's do that, and we'll run that. So it just turned 21:20. We'll end it in 2 minutes at 22. I feel like Novice Fighter is more natural. Intrigue would have come as a side benefit. Yeah, like there's nothing saying that we can't up the intrigue like a little bit here. We can rebalance our skills here to represent the intrigue, actually. That could be a nice compromise. Actually, I think we would do that. Yes. Good point. Battlefield can refer to his life in general. Yeah, battlefield. Yeah, the rigorous training, I can get around the battlefield. Maybe by battlefield, it's kind of representative, again, of us fighting maybe crime gangs or, you know, local guards that are just trying to protect local businesses. I mean, I don't want to steal from them, but at the end of the day, I have to live, right? You know, I'm by myself. I have no choice. Question, when are you uploading the next video of Cult of Periite? I'm not sure when I'm going to live stream that next, because there's a bloody, like, one-day heatwave tomorrow, so not tomorrow. And I need to do a little bit of recording. So, probably next week sometime. It depends on a few things, though. You could have been part of a bandit group while younger, and they tried to beat you, so you just learned how to fight by going to get... Yeah, I think there's something there we can work with. I think novice makes more sense for someone who's never seen a battlefield. Instead, he was fighting for his life against those around him. Yeah, I think it's all down to interpretation, right? I need a drink. Oh dear. Maybe he got attacked while working on the field and won despite the numbers advantage. Possibly. Going novice also gives more points elsewhere. Yeah, points are going to be... we can only go to 200, by the way, guys. Points are going to be tough. I mean, I don't want to min-max to 200, though. I just want to keep it below 200. 200 is like the ceiling, like the hard line. I will not go over it. Right, is it... Oh, it's 21:22. Right, it's 5 seconds ago. Let's end the poll. Skilled Brawler won with 62% of the vote. So we're going to go Skilled Brawler. We can work that into our story. Our lore and whatnot. You know, maybe we even picked up... Maybe there was kind of some, like, fighting pits or whatever. Where the peasants would go against each other. Maybe all you've got is fighting skills. Maybe it wasn't even good fighting skills. But maybe I fought in these tournaments and competition. And scraped together a living. In my later teen years or something. Could be a possibility. Personality. So going over everything that I've said in the stream so far. What are you guys thinking for personality? Do any of these make sense first? Holding their morals in high esteem, this character tries to do what is right no matter the consequences. I mean, he might do what's right, what he thinks is right, but maybe it's not what other people. This character voice carries weight, striking fear into many. He's rude. This character is blunt with their words, dismissing the feelings of others in favor of saying what they please. I don't think that makes sense. Ruthless. Whether they be good or bad, this character will use whatever means necessary to achieve their ends. I think ruthless makes sense. I want to pick one of the Game of Thrones traits, and I think ruthless is the perfect one. I think it's perfect. I'm gonna go with ruthless, and the others, I'm gonna wait for you guys to... I'm gonna read some of your stuff. Might have even just been a part of a militia for a short while, and some old guy... Yeah, maybe. Maybe later on, after... You know, when he was old enough to join the militia, maybe he joined his locals, like, town militia. Protect him from poachers and whatnot. Could be. Could be. There's stuff we can work with, you know. 20 years, it's a long time. You know, what has he been doing for the last 15 years? Arrogant, brave, patient, diligent, ruthless, lustful. Is he... I don't know if he's lustful, you know. He was too busy trying to, you know, fight to survive, basically. I don't think he had much time for lust. Only have 45 total. Yeah, we'll look at the points after. We'll probably deal with the points after. I think we get everything we want in there first, and then we'll look at other stuff. Authoritative. I think ruthless makes the most sense from the flavor text. Have to love the brothels. I mean, we didn't really have money for the brothels, though, you know? I mean, we were stealing food to survive, so I doubt we were going to the brothels. Maybe impatient or greedy, since he has to come from the ground up. Maybe now he's had that, like... Yeah, he's always kind of wanted more, right? Because he's had nothing, he's always wanted more. Is that greed, though, or is that ambition? I think you can make an argue for both. That's a good point. This character keeps a tight grip on their purse and is always looking for ways to engorge it. Whereas ambitious... Why is it not scrolling? I wasn't clicked into the game. Okay. But it highlighted it. Where's ambitious? I wish this was in bloody alphabetical order. Ambitious, this character knows what they want and they are not afraid to try and get it. I mean, they weren't afraid of the sounds on the day that they set off for Skagos, right? They're not afraid. I mean, he had to learn to not be afraid when he was stealing fruit as a young lad. You know, the consequences. I mean, you got to deal with the consequences of being caught and possibly being criminal or dying from starvation. Maybe ambitious makes sense from a roleplay point. I think ambitious works. I think it works. Brave because he claimed a dragon. Yeah, brave can work as well. I think brave and ambitious kind of work hand in hand, you know. Humble or zealous? He has the tree in his sigil clearly close to his heart. Humble? I mean, he came from nothing, so humble could be something. Let's see, this character does not ask for much in life. Ah, but the flavor text? No, because he's aiming for more, right? I think just based on the flavor text, we can't pick it. Stubborn for his will to survive and push on. Oh, that could be... Where's stubborn? I literally just saw it. Stubborn. This character does not back down for anything. Oh, and it fits as well. I tell you what, the ones that I really like, I'm going to add in, and then we'll cut them down to 3 later. Zealous. Is he zealous? I mean, he's zealous enough to put the werewood tree into his dynasty banner, so... Where the bloody hell is it? It's right there. Religious conviction burns bright at the center of this character. Maybe he believes the old gods somehow guided him towards Frostfang. I mean, we still need to pick a name, but I'm going to call him Frostfang for now. Or it could be. Yeah, we're already over the points. We're going to cut down stuff later. I think it's easier to put what we want and then cut it down. Maybe zealous. I'm not as sold on zealous as the other 3 though. So that's like, right now it's like a tier 2. Yeah, we're out of points. It's fine. We're going to cut down later. I'm just pulling in the stuff that makes sense and then we're going to get rid of stuff. Don't worry. But yeah, I think zealous is like tier 2. Ah, but the gods don't like stealing. Yeah, maybe he saw it as a test from the gods. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, maybe... Actually, I'm going to get rid of zealous. You could see arbitrary. This character does their own thing and has little regard for others. I don't think so, because part of his reason for... I mean, he wants to get rid of those in power, right? Because of the way they treat the common folk. So maybe he cares about others who have had to go through what he's done, you know, through the poverty, having to fight his way through life against everyone. Maybe... I think maybe he does care for people, just not the people in power. Maybe callous. Where is it? I have... Why is this... Voice break. Why is this not in alphabetical order? That's base game problems. Cynical? Was it cynical? No, callous we're looking for. Being called both heartless and cold-blooded, this character is indifferent to most. I don't think he's heartless and cold-blooded, you know? I think he keeps the death of his mother close. Maybe he doesn't really care for his father because he never knew him. But I think... You know, maybe his mother and his whole focus on, like, death and whatnot, I think he does keep his mother in his heart. And he's compassionate for the small folk, true. But he's not compassionate for everyone, so maybe it doesn't make sense to have it as an overall trait. Vengeful, I don't think vengeful makes sense. This character is slow to forget a slight or someone who does them wrong. Maybe it does make sense. I mean, he feels like the Lord Paramount. And the king has done him wrong, right? You know, the gangs that kind of hit it. Do you know what? Vengeful, we'll put in... We're shortlisting it. What about vengeful? Yeah, we just added it. Agree. Oh, there's a lot of vengeful in chat as well. Deceitful. Was he ever deceitful? Let's see. To lie and deceive is in this character's nature. I mean, maybe because... He could have used that as kind of a distraction, right? To steal fruit from stores or whatnot. And grains. Let's shortlist it. You think ambitious is too expensive? Ignore the price on things, okay? ignore the price. We're going purely on like flavor text and thing. We're worried about the points at the end to get it under 200. I don't want it to be based around points because that feels like then we're building based on meta or min-maxing. I want it purely on like immersion and roleplay stuff. Scroll down slowly. You want to see more stuff. Okay. I tell you what, let's go from the top. So we're not having any from the top. I'm going to go through once very slowly. And you guys can then pick your favorites. Hopefully that's slow enough. I'm manually using my mouse here. There we go. Crimes just to live where he could have been in danger. Diligent because of the hard work he puts to steal food to feed himself. Let us read the diligent one. I know it's, I mean, the flavor text is kind of like what we have to work with, right? So even though it might not fit our interpretations of stuff, it's what the base game has given us, so we have to kind of work within those limitations. This character does not shy away from hard work. I mean, I think so. I think that makes sense as well. Worked hard for his survival. Later on, he joined the militia, you know, fending off poachers or whatever. Maybe. Beautiful or handsome? We're not onto the other traits yet. We're just doing personality right now. One thing at a time. Right, guys. I think we have a lot here. I think we have a lot. So out of all of these, let's see. I'm going to bring open the notepad. At the top, we're going to have tier 1. I said already, I want to have Ruthless. So whether they be good or bad, this character will use whatever means necessary to achieve their ends. I like Ruthless. Ruthless, S tier. We're going to do like a tier list. That's how we're sorting this. Can we poll now to downgrade the education for more points? We'll deal with points at the very end. Let's get like our personality, our traits. Once we've got personality and traits, then we'll worry about the points. So Ruthless is S tier. We're going to go like S tier, A tier, B tier. Okay, guys? So next, we're going to go in order. Ambitious. This character knows what they want, and they are not afraid to try and get it. Now, whilst I think that's true, there's only one thing. He didn't intentionally go and find that dragon, right? It's kind of an opportunity that was almost not gifted, but kind of came to him. So maybe ambitious, I'm thinking instead of S tier, it's more like an A tier. It's very good, but I don't think it's as perfect as Ruthless in the flavor text. So we have S, A, or B. I'm going to split it into 3 tiers. If we have too many tiers, it will get complicated. So just type in the chat. We won't poll each one of these. It would take too long. Just put S, A, or B. Personally, I think A, but don't let me influence you. Like everything else, do what you want to do. So we got a C. We got a couple A's. We got some B's. Another A. Yeah, I think ambitious overlaps Ruthless a little bit. Except like Ruthless, I'm fully behind. Ambitious, I just feel like there's something a little bit off. Okay, there's a lot of A's and there's a lot of B's. I think there's more A's than B's though. We're gonna have to do a 1-minute poll, guys. What's a 1-minute poll? It's not that much. Ambitious tier. So we got A tier and we got B tier. Start your vote. It's 21:34. In 55 seconds, it's 35. So I'll end it at 35. Is this a martial character? Just joined. It's a prowess character. So basically martial, but like it's more based on strength rather than commanding armies because of our history. Here we go again. We're gonna get all the polls today, lads. And ladies. Do you know, I say lads a lot, but that's just a British thing. Because we say lads, or like guys. Like a group of people, we just say guys. I just want to put that out there. We could always be ambitious in our decision making once the series starts. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's kind of like in our whole series, right? Our current character, you know, is Craven, or Tristan was Craven, sorry, but he kind of over time, he overcame almost that Craven nature, and it made sense in the story. Will we be a squire or knight? No, I don't think it makes sense. Right, it's 35. Let's end the poll. It's A tier. Okay. So we got ambitious. Let's just leave a gap here. Okay, next we have stubborn. This character does not back down for anything. I think it's just true. It's S tier, surely, right? Yeah, and the North don't do knights as well either. I think it's S. Just type in chat what you think, guys. I mean, I can see no fault in that, so why would it be lower? Is my thought. Yeah, I think you guys agree as well. Right, let's put that in S tier. Where's it gone? So let's make more space. So we got stubborn. Do you know what? I realized you can't have stubborn and fickle together. But when I made John Black River, I generally thought, I put it on myself, I think in real life I'm stubborn, but I'm also fickle. I could be stubborn on the most random things I don't mean to be, but I'm also fickle and change my mind a lot. But for some reason, you can't have both. I feel like that's a flaw. I need to mod that. Right, so we got Vengeful next. Vengeful, this character is slow to forget a slight or someone who does them wrong. Now, the thing is here, it's true when it comes to like the people in charge who distribute the wealth, you know, the food, control the land. But if, let's say, a shopkeeper caught him stealing, I don't think he would hold a grudge. I think he knows everyone's just trying to make a living. So I think whilst Vengeful does make sense, I don't think it makes sense for everyone. So S, A, or B? I don't think it's S. I think it's between A or B. I've seen a lot of Bs. I've started the B revolution for Vengeful. Very, very few people in the North are knights because it's not part of the old god's religion. But not impossible. Ah. But it doesn't make sense for us to be a knight anyway, right? Because we're lowborn, essentially. I see a lot of Bs. We're going to put it in the B tier. I don't think we need to poll that. We're only going to poll it if it's like very close. So what was that? Vengeful. We have to be harsh here because we need to narrow this down to 3. So next we have Deceitful. To lie and deceive is in this character's nature. Now again, very true. Does he do it? I mean, he kind of, when he was growing up, he kind of did it out of a necessity. So actually, I think not only will he lie and deceive the people in power, he also lies and deceives against the lower folk, right? The small folk. I mean, he had to. It's not maybe a choice, but he was forced to. So we got S, A, or B. Man, I generally don't know which one this will go to. I think there's a lot of ways you can interpret this. I don't think it is in his nature. He only did what he had to. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and this is it's personality. So this is kind of what comes natural, right? I mean, he was forced to be deceitful, but maybe that's he doesn't want to be. He has to. He had to survive. He was forced into it. Do you know what? I think it's between A and B again. And I see people are split. We're going to do a very quick 1-minute poll again. A, B. Man, I love making polls. We should do a 24-hour stream of polls. No, that's a terrible idea. Deceitful. To be honest, 24-hour stream is a terrible idea. My voice barely lasts 2 hours. Deceitful. Tier. Right, here we go, guys. 1-minute poll. What's the time? We will end it in 1 minute and 10 seconds. So when the clock hits 40. He was forced to, and now he has a dragon. He doesn't need to deceive anymore. Yeah. You think he has too many traits? That's why we're organizing them into a tier list, so we can narrow it down to the 3 we want to keep. There is a process. No matter how chaotic it may seem, there's a process. Don't worry. Yeah, everyone's deceitful. I think so. Yeah, everyone's been deceitful at some point or not, right? Even if you tell a lie, like, you know, those little harmless lies, like maybe you go to work and your colleagues ask you, like, oh, what did you do the weekend? And maybe you just stayed home and played games all weekend, but maybe they'll look down on that. So you be like, oh, you know, I just went out for a walk along the river or something like this. You know, you're still being deceitful, even though it's not like bad intentions or whatever. I used to say that a lot at my old jobs. Long live Viserys. Do four traits. I think we'll do 3 traits. Just because we're trying to stick below 200 points. And I want to make sure that the 3 traits we pick are amazing. Okay, it's hit 40, guys. Let's end the poll. It's in B tier. Right. So it's with Vengeful. I don't know how to spell deceitful. There we go. Deceitful. I promise English is my first language. So last we have diligent. This character does not shy away from hard work. He was given a choice, live or die. He chose life. When he was older, you know, he got crap done. He fought the thugs and the bandits, the crime gangs that sought him out. He dealt with them. He didn't shy away from it. If there's something that needs done, he gets it done. He doesn't sit there and whine about it. When he was old enough, he joined the local militia. He defended against poachers. He did what had to be done. When he heard the sound, the fearsome sound coming from Skagos, did he back away? Or did he follow his curiosity and do what he felt needed to be done? This character does not shy away from hard work. I think diligent makes sense. I think it's S or A tier. I see a lot of S's and I see A's. I even see a U. Ultimate. I think it's S tier. Yeah, no doubt about it. We're pulling an S tier, and actually that gives us our 3 traits. Perfect. Diligent. So, we're ruthless, stubborn, and diligent. So let's just read over this stuff. So whether they be good or bad, this character will use whatever means necessary to achieve their ends. We are diligent, so this character does not shy away from hard work. And we're vengeful. Vengeful? Diligent. Wait, stubborn. What did I do? I'll read it again. Right, so first, we're a skilled brawler. The skilled brawler has honed their combat skills through rigorous training, showing notable competence on the battlefield. That's where the militia thing kind of comes in. We're ruthless. Whatever they be, good or bad, this character will use whatever means necessary to achieve their ends. This character does not shy away from hard work, and this character does not back down for anything. I think that's 3 traits that complement each other very well, roleplay-wise. Yeah, I removed stubborn. I realized after. Sorry, I was wrong. I can't aim. 229. 29 is my lucky number. Maybe that's a sign, you know. The old gods are showing us a sign. Right, other traits. So, guys, we are going to have the Dragon Rider trait here. I just can't add it now because I don't have early access. We're going to have to wait for the 23rd. We could be a social figure. Nah, I don't think that makes sense. We're not going to be a knight. Obviously not the Night's Watch. House Customizer. You can use this trait to enable your designed character to assume the name and arms of any existing house. No. We don't need that. Uncouth. No. Is there any traits? I'm going to go through them very slowly. I won't read every single one. I'm going to read them in my head. Is there anything it burned? This character has been burned and now bears the lifelong scars of their scorched flesh. No, I don't think that makes sense. I think there could be a story there, but I don't want to be burned. We're not mute. What's the mark? This character bears the mark, the hands webbed like that of a frog. Yeah, okay, no. I don't want to be a bloody frog. Jesus, we're riding a dragon, not a giant frog. He needs to be pretty. Maybe we could do like comely. Depends who his mother was, right? Who knows? Who knows? How many points is the Dragon Rider? 200. I think. Let's double check. Yeah, it's 200 for the Dragon Rider perk. Oh, it gives us Martial as well. But I mean, I don't care about the stats it gives us. Most of that doesn't make sense. Red Priest, that Drow Man doesn't make sense. Dragon Dreams? Extra 100 guys. We can't do that. This character is haunted by premonitions and visions of possible futures. No, that doesn't make sense. We don't have that. Fashionable, fire obsessed. The power of fire has enraptured this character, drawing them to it whenever for spiritual reasons or for less honorable purposes. After taming our dragon, did we become obsessed with its fire and its power? Or is that something we're not gonna do? Is there something there? What do you guys think? Again, we'll add possibilities and then we'll narrow it down after. I don't think going over 400 with a Dragon Rider, taking 200, make bonuses, otherwise it will severely limit you. That's fine though. I don't like building super OP characters. So I'm going to try and stick to the 200. We'll see at the end though how realistic it is. That'll be a worry for once we have all our perks. Aspiring Blade Master, Hunter, Hunter. I think maybe these do make sense. What we'll do is when I get down to those, I'll add them, just so I don't lose my place in the list, because this list is bloody huge. I don't think we should limit ourselves. I don't think we should be OP. Yeah, we'll discuss the points more maybe at the end. But I don't think dragon dreams make sense anyway. We never had dreams of the dragons. Fire obsessed, he has had no power his entire life, so having a dragon and fire obsessed makes sense. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what I was going for as well. Beautiful, because Valyrians are described to be inhumanly beautiful. Only one of my parents was a... I mean, we had the Valyrian blood, though. We don't know how watered down that is. So I could make a case for comely, but anything more than that, I feel like we would have stood out too much as like a peasant boy. At the start of game, does he just get the dragon? We get to customize it. We're gonna roleplay like he had it for like the last year or so. Something like this. We can go. I'm gonna shortlist Fire Obsessed. I like it. We're not gonna be a slave owner. That makes no sense at all. A freed man. This character was once a slave. No, we weren't a slave ever. I don't think Spider makes sense. We're not a diplomat. We have none of this stuff because these are like education traits, right? So let's ignore those. Aspiring Blade Master. Deft in personal combat, the Aspiring Blade Master knows which end to stick with. I think this could make sense. And it starts at the lowest level anyway. So this could make sense. Hunter. This character has taken up the call of the wild. Now, because we've gone with the story of us joining the militia to fight against poachers, I think it was... I'm not sure exactly on the law, but it was very hard for the common folk to hunt, right? Because didn't the land belong to the High Lords and the Paramounts and whatnot? So if they hunted any deer in the wild, wouldn't that be poaching? He wasn't hunting the dragon, though. He was kind of intrigued by like that sound on the day that he was trying to find clams washed up on the shoreline, right? Fire Obsessed doesn't much make sense because he grew up in the cold, so he used it especially since he lived in the north. But we're speaking about after he got as a dragon, like he became obsessed with the power of his dragon and suddenly like having the opportunity to undo the power of command kind of thing. But we can get rid of stuff at the end. Let's discuss that one after. I feel like Hunter doesn't make sense. Hunter is hunting animal and fought the poachers, so he wouldn't be a hunter. Yeah, I think because he joined the militia, I'm not going to go hunter. He was probably hunting and stumbled on the dragon. Yeah, but he wasn't hunting in Skagos. If you go back earlier in the stream, we had a whole story about that. I'll write it up after the stream as well, don't worry. So you don't have to rewatch the whole thing. He already has a dragon that hunts for him as a... Yeah, I don't think he's a hunter, guys. I don't think he's a hunter. Because he's a peasant as well. So he would be viewed as a poacher, if anything, if he did that stuff. Strategist. Isn't this just an education thing? Yeah, overseer, gallant. We can ignore these architects. All of this stuff is from education traits. So let's skip those. I don't think we're going to be a wise man or a physician. I don't think he's an herbalist or a gardener. We can't pick any of those. Oh, those are child traits. I don't think we're a drunkard. Milk of the poppy. Why would we have that? Rakish. I mean, he was too poor for the brothel. I don't think he's reclusive. Yeah, he doesn't neglect his responsibility. Irritable. I don't think so. Like, I feel like this is kind of stuff you get. Like, any of these stress perks, I think we save for... see what happens in the story, you know? This is stuff that can happen if he gets too stressed. So I'm gonna leave all of these out. I don't think he's a journaler. Do we even know if he can write? Who would have taught him to write? Maybe he's only now learning to write. Now he's found himself with his own castle, you know? He just took this minor hold on Skagos because, you know, who are they? They have no armies. They have no proper guard. Even though his dragon's small, who would want to stand against a dragon? You hear all these stories. So maybe now he's only just learning how to write and whatnot. Confider. Athletic. Athletic might make sense. Regular exercise helps this character keep a level head and burn off stress. I mean, he would have had to do a lot himself. But also, he wouldn't have had a lot of energy with eating so little. So would he have had enough food growing up to be considered athletic? I don't think so. Are we making an original character? We're making an original character for when dragons release. Yeah, Drizzy, we're not keeping all of these. We're just shortlisting him, and then we're narrowing them down at the end. We're going purely on flavor text. Ignore all of these stats here. We're going on flavor text. Athletic makes the most sense. Strong is better than athletic. Yeah, I think it goes back as well to the whole weight versus muscle thing, right? Yeah, I don't think athletic makes sense. You know, even now he's in the militia, it doesn't pay very well. You know, he's not eating a lot, and you need to eat to grow muscle. But athletic doesn't mean muscle. Regular exercise, but you need the fuel for regular exercise. I don't know if athletic makes sense. Yeah, exactly. He didn't have the nutrients and all of this lot. Yeah, I don't think so. Melancholic, we're gonna save that. I don't think he's a lunatic. He's not possessed. He's not ill. He doesn't have... Let's skip this stuff. One-eyed? Nah, not yet, anyway. Maybe when he gets in his first dragon fight or takes his first scorpion. Hopefully not. Then he can have a chance of becoming this. The Dancing Plague. I haven't seen that before. Could he be blind? A blind dragon rider could be an interesting combination. That would make things interesting. Right. He has Valyrian blood, but we don't know how watered down it is. I'm guessing it's pretty... I mean, it can't be that watered down, though, if a dragon chose him as a rider. Pleasant to look at. We know his mother's not has Valyrian blood, just his father. And we don't know how watered down it is or where he comes from. Who he's descended from. I think Comely makes the most sense. If he was handsome or beautiful, I think he would have stood out too much. You know, he's quite thin. Hasn't been eaten... Well, I mean, he's eaten enough to survive. But I think Comely. We'll shortlist Comely because of the Valyrian blood. I don't think he's slow, stupid, or an imbecile. Quick. This character catches on quick. Now, you could make catches on quick. Maybe to the workings of the world. But did he catch on quick, or was he just forced into a position where he had to adapt? Like, I have a feeling maybe not quick. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling quick. I don't think I'm going to shortlist this one. Hello, Sangfreud. Hopefully I said that right. I think he would have to be at least 15%, give or take, for a dragon to choose him. Yeah. We'll stick with Comely. I think Comely's the right one. Since a dragon is far from ordinary, it could be a special species that was more attracted to the northerner blood than Valyrian blood. I did read today as well on some forums that there were actually dragons north of the war at some point. But apparently the sources on this are very hard to... Like, they're few and far between. So I don't know if it was actual fact or not. But, I mean, we're willing to bend the law a little bit, you know? We're making our own immersive story. Has to be quick to survive. I mean, he was stubborn, right? I think he survived because of his ruthlessness. You know, he's diligent and he's stubborn. Maybe not necessarily quick. I'm not going to do quick. Hail. This character is fit and sound of body. Right, robust or Herculean doesn't make sense. Maybe he could be Hail. Ice dragons, but not much is known though. That might have been what they were referring to as well. I'm still very new to like the book side of things, so when I read these forums, I feel like I'm missing some context, but you're probably right. There are said to be ice dragons north of the wall, though none have been seen, according to the lore. Ooh. So maybe Frostfang is kind of one of these ice dragons, but maybe he's like me, where he's kind of like... It's distant, like maybe it's kind of watered down a little bit. You know, he's kind of this just long forgotten thing. We're both in the north. Maybe. Hibernating in the caves on Skagos. For all of these generations. There's something there we can work with. I mean, it's just like throwing an idea out there. It's like a draft. We can change it and edit it. I don't think Hale... Yeah, do you know what? Stop me. It says this character is fit and sound of body. How fit can you really be if you're not eating properly? Right? I'm going to skip Hale. I think the brawler stuff here, the prowess education focus, will resemble our ability to somewhat fight well enough. We won't need the heal thing. Obviously, we're not pure-blooded. I don't think Fekin makes sense. Strong through training and perseverance. This character has been granted a strong body. I don't think that makes sense. Shrewd. Good judgment and a sharp wit. I think there's I'm not as sold on this as the others. So I'm going to say no. Life has taught this character the value of good judgment and sharp wit. The problem I have is the good judgment part, because he is crowded by his own, you know, he has his own grudges against people. So I wouldn't say maybe he doesn't have good judgment. His own personal experiences have shaped him and what he wants to achieve with his dragon and whatnot. So I don't think shrewd. He shouldn't be fit or handsome. He is a brutish man, not ugly, but not handsome either. Should be somewhat skinny. Yeah, we'll deal with the weight after we've done the looks. But I'm happy with Comely. I think we settled that one. In the books, Vermax, the Targaryen dragon, supposedly laid eggs in the Winterfell crypts. Maybe a dragon was born from one of them. Oh. And maybe it was like the only black-blue dragon egg or something. Like it intrigued someone and somehow it went missing at some point. It was lost. Maybe it was frozen. The egg was frozen and they thought, oh, the egg's gone, you know. It has to be kept hot. But what they didn't realize is that it was frozen because the dragon within was not a dragon of fire, but a dragon of ice. I don't know if it makes sense lore-wise, but potentially. Club-footed doesn't make sense. None of this stuff. He's not going to be a dwarf. He's not going to be a giant, I don't think. All of this stuff we can ignore. Pilgrim, I don't think so. None of this. Do we make him a bastard? So this character was not born of a legal parent, a parent, or a concubine, and will have to live with the stain of illegitimacy their whole life. I think this is more of a highborn thing, right? My mother was a peasant. I don't know my father. So who's to say I'm a bastard? No one, right? So I don't think it makes sense. Even because I know nothing of my father, I don't know if he was married. You know, we don't know nothing about him. We don't know if he was highborn, lowborn. All we know is, I mean, we know that the Valyrian blood came from him, but it doesn't mean he was a highborn, because he could have been a bastard himself as well. We just don't know. So I don't think bastard makes sense. Same as legitimized bastard. Wild Oat. This character was born out of wedlock. Here's the problem again. My mother died when I was 5, and we never knew our father. You know? Would you remember if you were 3 or 4 years old? And would your mother, you know, when you're peasants and you're struggling to survive, would you really talk about with your 5-year-old kid, or even younger than 5 actually, because that's when she died? Would you discuss the marriage? She probably never even mentioned my father. Maybe it's, you know, one of her regrets. Maybe it's a sad story. I remind her every day of him until her final days. I don't think Wild Oat makes sense either. This is kind of the unknown mystery backstory we have. If there was a peasant leader trait, take one. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to be a peasant leader. Bastards are usually more recognized. Yeah, exactly. I don't think bastard makes sense. I think... And Wild Oat because of the whole marriage thing. Right, we're not going to be a deviant. We're not a cannibal because we didn't grow up on Skagos, remember? We just went there on that coincidental day. We're not incestuous. We're not an adulterer, fornicator. We haven't had chance for this stuff yet. Not a murderer. We're not a raider. Adventurer. I don't think we really adventured. This character has led a life of bravery and action as an adventurer. I don't think it makes sense. You know, we kind of stayed in the north. You know, we didn't have the gold or supplies to go adventuring. Peasant leader. This character is a jumped up peasant who revolted against their betters. Again, we never did that, so I don't think this makes sense. Hello, Omar. Am I good? I'm good, thank you. My voice is starting to go, though. We've been doing this for 2 hours now. There are lowborn bastards, but if you don't know, no point at that. Exactly, the flavor text doesn't fit us, right? Even though we... I mean, maybe I don't even know I'm a bastard, because we know nothing about our father, actually. We don't know if my mother and father married. All I know is my father had Valyrian blood. Maybe it's just the stories you hear about Targaryens and Valyrians, you know, having so many bastard children. Maybe I jumped to that conclusion, but there's no proof. I can only assume what my father did. Which loyal... I don't think loyal or disloyal makes sense. That's something that we'll have to develop naturally in the story. And now we're down to commander traits. I think when we were in the militia, we were just a random low-ranking pleb. We were not at the top of the militia at all. You know, that would be for people who had a higher standing in the community. So I don't think we're going to take any of these. Aggressive attacker could fit with a stubborn and ruthless, and by having a dragon. Unless the flavor attack. Nothing with Satan aggressive attacker but the blood of the enemies. But maybe we're not aggressive. That's the thing. Even though we're ruthless, we're not aggressive going straight for them. We know that we need to allow our dragon time to age and get battle experience first to grow. You know, I need to somehow secure bannermen and followers. So I don't think we're aggressive. I don't think we're aggressive. I think maybe all of this stuff as well. Like, all of this stuff comes from maybe commanding armies as well, which we just haven't done yet. And I think to begin with, we're very much going to be a one-man army. It's just me and my dragon and just a few levies who are kind of frightened into serving me because of this dragon I have at my side. I think the only valid commander trait would be the winter expert. Possibly, but again, like in the winter, we weren't an expert at surviving, right? We were stealing food to survive, but I wouldn't say we were an expert of the winter. Now we're kind of just thrown into this situation. I never had ration supplies for an army or stuff like this. This is all stuff for commanding an army rather than just myself. So I think that's the way I'm thinking of it. What we could do is read it. So this character is molded by the bitter cold and knows how to turn it to their advantage. So you turn it to their advantage, but it's a commander trait. So like for the army, movement speed in provinces affected by winter, advantage. For just him though, does it make sense? Maybe my interpretation is wrong. What do you guys think? I can see arguments for both. Almost at 300. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut some of this out and down. I recommend Scarred. Still think you would have more than likely suffered some sort of injury. Oh, Scarred makes sense. I might have scrolled past that. Scarred is a good one, actually. I agree. I think Winter Soldier. Movement speed in provinces. I don't think we would have moved around provinces much. We wouldn't have had supplies. We wouldn't have had money. We wouldn't have had food. So would I really have had experience moving between provinces? Probably not. And it's a commander trait, so it's for the army. I'm going to say no. Army traits, we're going to have to learn. And we're going to have to do that naturally. Drop the age. I'm not going to do that. We've already discussed the age before. Right. I have to pick one of these, right, in the Game of Thrones. Otherwise, I can't get one. So the neophyte fighter is more than capable of whomping on peasants, but their form is wild and callow. Makes sense. Or trained fighter. The trained fighter is competent in the arts of sword, mace, and lance. Confidently, offensively, and on the retreat, they are not to be overlooked. We did join the militia, but as a normal member of the militia, would we have trained with a lance? Probably not. So I think neophyte fighter makes sense for this. And this is free, so we have to pick one of those. I think the whole lance thing throws that out. Yeah, Neo only makes sense. I agree with you guys. It's valid on both yes and no. Yeah, a lot of things are valid. It's all down to interpretation, and we kind of have to force one, right? It's the same with like when we had house names and stuff. There's so many good ones, but we had to pick just one. Winter Soldier is alright because he could use his experience growing up to eventually command armies if you get there. But I still think that's something you learn when you actually command the armies. You know, at this point, he's not commanding armies when we start the playthrough, so I don't think it makes sense to start with it. But maybe he can learn that. We'll see what happens in the playthrough. So I don't think any of these. This character does a participate martial games, sharpening their skills in warfare and personal combat. Are we committing to the story about the fighting pits? I think that contributed to skilled brawler. What do you guys think? We don't actually get anything from this though, do we? Like nothing. The flavor text kind of makes sense, but maybe this is just it's like a +5. It's not. I think this already tells that story. I don't think we need to double dip there. We already have something that represents it. Let's look at Scarred. We're going to go back. Let me go down the list first, and then we'll go back up to Scarred. Just so I've gone through the list at all, fully. What's next after I'm done with traits? We're going to have to deal with our skills, and then we have to do the visual of the character. It's already gone 10 p.m. Bloody hell. I won't forget Scarred. Don't worry, guys. If I go up to Scarred, I'm going to forget this stuff. I don't think I'd take Hastaluda. I don't think we take Traveler. We're not a commander. You know, we weren't in the Vanguard. We're in the Militia, but that's not a Vanguard, is it? Sentinel. I don't think this makes sense. We're not a Founder. And this stuff makes no sense. So I think we're done other than Scarred. I kind of skipped over it when we went through all the red stuff, didn't I? Where is Scarred? It's got to be somewhere. Scarred. Visibly wearing the memories of battles or accidents, this character is noticeably scarred. Yeah, with his upbringing, 100% he would be scarred. Do we not see that? Because he's comely? No idea. Maybe we have to change appearance. I don't know. Right. So. Oh dear. We might have to reassess what we're willing to go up to on points. We'll have to see. Bro was like, quick 1 hour stream. We're looking at another hour low. I honestly thought it'd be like 30 to 60 minute stream tops. It's bugged. Okay, so will it show in game? Oh, it shows in game. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. You would keep ruthless, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, the personality traits and the education's already decided. We're now on other traits. So these are the ones up for discussion. Right, we keep neophyte fighter. Right, guys, we're gonna tier this. So, S tier, Scarred. It makes sense. Neophyte fighter, we have to because we need one of these, and it makes sense. S tier. Comely, S or A tier. What do you guys think? S or A tier for Comely? You think lower education? We've already decided on that though. Maybe at the end we'll come back to it. For now, let's focus on these other traits. S, A. S, A, or B, Samuel. We don't have a D tier. Also, please only type it once, guys, because I'm trying to get an overall look. If everyone just spams it 20 times, that doesn't help. Yeah, I'm just going to have to poll it, right? We're going to do a very quick 1 minute poll. So it's either S or A. What are we doing? Comely. Start a poll. What's the time? It just turned 22:08 perfectly. So at 09 on the clock, we're going to end it. He's comely though because of the Valyrian blood. That's the argument behind comely. It's kind of like a genetic DNA thing, right? Scarred is just because of his upbringing. Like, you can have someone who's comely and then they become scarred in their upbringing. Like, in their life. Which I think is where it comes from. Let me watch the time. We got 30 seconds left. Ah. Yeah, I'm so glad I got a flask because it keeps the water cold for the heat wave and stuff. I mean, we don't have a heat wave now, but yeah. Right, end stream. No, not end stream, end poll. Oh, that was close. Could you imagine? He is skinny, scarred bastard. No way he is comely. Yeah, but you can still have someone who's beautiful, right? But they're skinny, like their DNA makes them beautiful, but then they're skinny because they don't eat. It's more of a genetic thing. S, 51%. It's so close. So close. But I'm going to respect the democracy. Comely. Aspiring Blade Master. What do you guys think? Deft in personal combat. The Aspiring Blade Master knows which end to stick them with. Is he aspiring to be a Blade Master though? Or is it just because, you know, I think his ability to actually fight is already represented by this, his education. So maybe we don't need Aspiring Blade Master, just like we don't need Hastaluda. Or however the hell you say that. I think we're double dipping to represent something there when it's not maybe necessary. Like, we're going to have to be harsh here. Otherwise, we're going to have too much. Blade Master is F tier. He is a minor warrior. Bellow with hands. He needs to prove that. Yeah, like, he's not aspiring to be a Blade Master. He has ability, but that's already represented here. I'm going to make the decision to remove this. We need to thin it down. Now, this one... Excuse me, I got hiccups as well. Fire Obsessed. The power of fire has enraptured this character, drawing them to it, whether for spiritual reasons or for far less honorable purposes. I feel like we might just get rid of this. I think we have the dragon, right? And now that we have the dragon, like, ruthless, diligent, and stubborn is already going to represent how we're going to behave with said dragon. I don't think fire obsessed makes sense. We're not going to be stupidly obsessed with dragons. I have this dragon now, and of course I'm going to use it for my person, like, for my beliefs and whatnot. But I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with the dragon, you know? I think I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of it. We don't need fire obsessed. There was an argument for it before, but that's fine. So we got Neophyte Fighter. Let's ignore that. What, Scarred makes sense. Comely. Do we keep Comely? Again, we don't know. We don't know. Fire Obsessed lets you kill PP freely in trial by combat, though. It's fine. We're just going to go by flavor text, though. Not like skills or... We'll cut it. We don't know who my father was. And we already know that there's some weird, like, kind of self-law with the whole dragon thing, right? And who says just because you have enough... just because you have enough Valyrian blood in you, or maybe it's even my personality, which combos with that as well. We kind of saw that in House of the Dragon, right? Where I forget his name. Not Ulf, but the other guy. You know, saved the woman. And then kind of like shouted at... what the hell is his name? I'm so terrible with names. And then he's like, oh, I'm not going to roast this guy, actually. You know, you can ride me. So maybe... Even though the Valyrian blood is thin, so maybe it's not thick enough for us to be clonally inherit those genetic things, because we're not going to have silver hair, we're going to have black hair. I've already decided that. So maybe we don't need comely, and we need to cut stuff down. I want to get as close to 200 as possible, because I don't want to be OP. I want to be like realistic and really critical on this stuff. So there might be even a case to turn this down to 1 later, but we'll see, we'll see. What are you guys thinking? Too expensive. Vermithor, that's the one. I'm so bad with names, no matter what it is. I don't know why. Comely is pushing it. Yeah, I think it's pushing it a little bit, right? And even with the whole DNA thing that I argued with, like you said, I think it's also a good viewpoint that, like, he's going to be malnourished and stuff like this. I'm thinking cutting it. I'm going to cut it. We need to make tough decisions here, guys. We're going to have much tougher decisions when the series starts. We might as well get used to it. What else hinged towards his heritage? Maybe the fact that he has a dragon. I don't think much more hinted than that. So we get like a double dip. I think it's represented. Right. We already have a motto. We already have a motto and name. We've done everything on the left already. 239 is not so bad, actually. I'm happy with this. We can come back to stuff later. Right, as for the skills, right now, prowess is good. I think good prowess is good. Stewardship is average. I feel like I could swap stewardship with either martial or intrigue. I think intrigue and martial make the most sense, as well as prowess. Those are the 3, right? Maybe a bit of diplomacy. I mean, we have a dragon. A dragon's gonna win any kind of diplomacy, right? Maybe learning's not so good. I'm not very literate, so let's bring learning down to like a 4. Terrible learning. And maybe we don't even add stuff. Did that even... Oh, it's getting rid of stuff. Right, we're back down to 229, guys, by some miracle. I didn't think we would do it that easy. Reconsider the hair. We haven't done the visual stuff yet. That's last. Oh, you meant with like black hair, though? He has black hair with silver streaks. I feel like it would have been too obvious, though. Like, if we're just a peasant, how did we get through our whole life without someone picking up on that? I'm going to have black hair. Hello, Grazo. How you doing? Cool build so far. I was so excited for dragons. Swap stewardship for marshal. You might have picked up some stuff for being in the militia. Yeah, again, I think we're not going to add anything yet. We'll see how the points are. But I think we drop stewardship. 6 is the lowest. Do you know what? 6, I think, is still quite high. If you consider us as a peasant, you know, 6 stewardship is high. And we're getting that from being diligent and stubborn. That's fine. We're down to 217. We're not going to add anything yet. So don't recommend adding. We need to take first. I think diplomacy. I don't think we enacted in much diplomacy, right? It was all intrigue, stealing food. So let's get diplomacy and learning down to 4. We might as well just go for 2. Okay, 3 and 2. Because mechanically there's not much difference anyway. We're down to 203. We're down to 203. Now, martial. Okay, martial skill indicates how good a character is at waging war and leading armies in battle. So, it makes sense for prowess to be good, but maybe it makes sense for martial to be a little bit lower than prowess. A high martial skill is important for army commander. Okay, we don't care about this stuff. It's the top one we want. Whereas prowess is a skill that reflects the character's aptitude in personal combat. A high prowess skill means they are more likely to survive and perform well, both as captains in battles and in duels. So prowess is good, as going to be higher than martial. And intrigue. Intrigue is a skill representing a character's ability to understand and manipulate other characters and to organize elaborate plots. Okay. The final bit gets me there. Understand and manipulate other characters, possibly, but organize elaborate plots. Were they elaborate? Just stealing fruit from a vendor or a stall? Not very elaborate. So maybe we can turn down the intrigue just a little bit. And now we're at 199. By some miracle, we are under the 200 point limit. And even though these stats are very poor, that represents our upbringing and everything we discussed today. He's a schemer. He's not really a schemer, though. It was just a bit deceitful. 12 intrigue is way too high. You know, that's kind of like someone who's actually been raised to be educated in intrigue. Yeah, he's just a peasant. He hasn't been... It's all self-taught. So I think 7 is fine. Because it's going to be poor compared to like some kid who's had like a proper teacher, right? He knows intrigue, not because he wanted to, but because he kind of needed to. Yeah, so it's kind of like what he's learned. So his... Whilst it's enough to steal like an apple or an orange here or there, probably apples, you know, it's not like he's plotting anything bigger than that. He's not robbing the local chest of gold or whatever. He's Valyrian. We've already discussed the comedy stuff. We've gone past that. It's gone. He's gone. Oh, it's gone, sorry. Why am I trying to keep the points to 200? Because when we add the Dragon Rider perk, that adds 200, and I just like to keep below 400. And to be honest, what we see here, I think is representative of what we've discussed. You know, he's a peasant boy, alone from the age of 5. He's fought through the streets. Yes, he's been forced to learn a few things, but it's not like he's had a proper teacher or trainer. So what, like, this is going to be better than your average peasant. He's still strong. Like, he's still good at what he's good at. Prowess? I think 13 prowess is fine. He's good at prowess. It's the one stat, actually, where I think it makes sense he would be good in. Because it's the arc of him joining the militia and stuff. We're not going to add a nickname. Nicknames can wait for the story. That's going to be something that develops later. Right. So he's going to have... no, he's not going to be married. He's going to have no sons or daughters to begin with. I think this is the man we start with. And we don't have to change this. Is everyone happy with that? I think I'm happy. We're not a soldier, though. We're not a proper soldier. We kind of joined the local militia just for our town to basically fight off poachers, you know? We were given maybe a pitchfork, or if we were lucky, maybe a very cheap wooden spear. But by no definition were we a soldier. I mean, maybe it's just a local militia, you know? We're still a peasant. Do you accept DNA strings? We're going to make the appearance now, guys. Because I don't know a good way to do that. And I don't want to get spammed on Discord. Because I have my privacy settings set quite strict. And I would have to change that stuff. For how long would you say he was in the militia? Because he was in it since like 10-13. He likely would have been a carrier and working as an assistant around the commander. Just carrying out orders. I don't think he was very high up in the militia at all. Because of his status. And everyone kind of knew him as a child, right? Stealing and whatnot. Everyone looks down upon him. It's good, it works. Add one to Marshall. It's not gonna work. I get this all the time. It's gonna go over. No matter what we add here, it's gonna go over by 1. I can never get a perfect round number. It's always 99. We're gonna have to deal with it. Once we start the playthrough, you won't see it. It's fine. Right. So now... Oh, I'm scared that this is gonna crash. Let's save it. Let's save it. Also, that's from EK2. That's funny how that looks. So we're gonna call him Eldrick Winter. Let's save it just in case the game crashes. Philip Blackhill? Blackhill? What's that from? Oh, Princes of Darkness. It says right there. Right, let's save this just now. Right, change the appearance. So, we're gonna go with a North appearance. Oh, bloody hell. Northman, there we go. We'll click through a couple. I just want like a good base to work with first. Maybe I'm not feeling Northman 1. What about 10? We're going from 1 to 10. Could be something to work with. Maybe it's more of the hairstyle and beard doing it justice there. I need to look at like the bone structure of the face possibly. Or that could be something actually. If you look at the bone structure and whatnot, do you guys like this? I don't know why, but I like the nice big nose. Short hair. He would have had to cut it himself though. Maybe he didn't really be able to afford to get his hair cut or whatever. I think longer hair. I like the long hair. Do you already know where the starting location will be? Yes, we're going to start in Skagos. Your OCD's triggered. Oh no, we didn't join the militia as a young child though. If you go back in the stream, when we were super young, we were like kind of stealing from food stores and stuff like this. We didn't join the militia till like our mid-teen years. And even then, it's just dealing with local poachers and stuff. Like it was a really, really small local thing. Not some crazy organization or whatever. Given the biggest nose, what do we think of this? I think I'm okay with the bone structure. The reason I want to pick a good bone structure now is because I don't want to mess around with it. I'm terrible with this stuff. I think I'm going to go with this. I'm changing the eyes for sure though. Let's customize further. Right, body. Aging type, only visible on the older characters. How the hell would I know what this does? Aging beauty, what does this mean? I'm just going to go old aging 1. And we'll leave it there, where it was. Oh, take the beard off. Oh, we would have to do that every time though. But good idea. Right, no beard. You know, he's got a bit of a jawline there. It's a bit round though. He's not like Giga Chad. He's got the like... I don't know why. It just feels like a northern nose. Sorry if I'm insulting anyone there. But I just... When I went north... Then again, the furthest north I've been is Manchester. But I live in the southwest. So that's like beyond the wall for me, okay? Anything beyond Bristol is beyond the wall. I saw a lot of people in Manchester with a nose like this. So to me, that's a northern nose. I've probably offended a lot of people there. It's fine. He's bald as well. Do you know what? Let's just get some like short hair. Because bald... I mean, I know I'm bald, but... Is it just like... Let's just do this for now. No, that I don't like that. That looks silly. What? Okay, let's just do this for now. I think there's a structure there. Right, first things first. Brown eyes. He's north. I think the dark brown eyes make sense. Let's do this. Once we add a beard and whatnot on, I think I like this structure of the nose and whatnot. Bristol being Castle Black makes sense. Suddenly, my entire British audience has been restricted to south of Bristol only. I imagine Northerners to look like Polish people. Fuller lips and darker brows. Also, you're Northern. Shouldn't he be more pale? We'll deal with the skin and stuff. Right now, we're focusing on the bone structure. Guys, one thing at a time, okay? We need to have some kind of order to the chaos. What mod is that hair? I think that was a DLC, was it not? I think that was from the Northern Lords DLC. Light violet eyes. It would have been too obvious when he was younger, though. I'm going to stick with the brown eyes. Because we don't have, like, the comely stuff, and we're going to go with the dark hair. We're sticking with this. Hair from Manchester. Although, forgive me, Houdini. Maybe Houdini's watching this and he's like, what? I've never seen someone with that nose in my life. It could have just been a coincidence. Maybe. I went Manchester for Truck Fest, so maybe it's a trucker thing. Maybe truckers just have this nose. Who knows? I'm not going to go with the silver streak, though. I don't want to. If we don't have comely, I don't want these other things being hinted either. Can confirm we have long noses. Is the hair permanent? We're going to change the hair. It's just to get a good look at the bone structure. I don't think anyone has actually given feedback for the bone structure. Except for AV, who said that's a chin. Do we like the bone structure, guys? The north equals Scotland. The north is like, that's off the map. That's beyond wildling territory. What's Scotland? I would love to live in Scotland one day, though. Man. Get away from the heat waves down here. If you think he has a good face. His ears are kind of weird. Yeah, the ears do stick out a bit. So do mine. Character looks a little like you besides the hair. Bone structure good. Hawk nose. Right. Where's nose? Nose. Okay, let's do some stuff with the nose. It adds a little dent. Sure, I like the little dent there. I don't know, it makes them... It emphasizes the quality of the nose. Width. Well, that's a bit skinny. But don't we want skinny? Is it like a weird, like, overtly skinny, though? Man. I think about there is good. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, no, now it's reversed. We could... No. Okay, now we're getting into silly territory. I want it to look somewhat... I like this. Let's go with this. Right, I'm not gonna spend too much time. Oh, bloody hell. Let's keep that. That's good. Nose forward. I have a feeling I shouldn't... about there's good. Nose height. Oh, no. I can make it super long. Maybe that's too long. I think about there. Nose length. About there. It's good. Profile. Oh, bloody hell. Do people really have a nose like this? I'm not meaning to be offensive, guys. It's generally a curiosity thing. I think that I like the straight edge. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of the guy from Up. Hawk nose. Nah, I like the straight nose. Let's keep that. Nose ridge angle. Oh, that doesn't look right. Let's go like that. Slight ridge. Nose ridge definition. Joe, I want a bit of definition. Bit of definition there. Nose ridge width. Didn't I just do that one? I think I just did this. I think I just did this. What's this one? Oh, that's like the bottom bit between your nostrils. Let's have it. Let's have it small. He has a good sense of smell. So his nostrils are bigger. Nose size. Oh. I like it when it's smaller. Because this, he's a bit more lacking nutrients or whatever. Hit the undo button, default nose. Nah, we're going all in on the nose. I ruined it. The nose was fine. Guys, it's too late. We're going all in. George Martin has indicated that Scotland is an inspiration for the North. Interesting. He needs some facial hair. We're not on the hair yet. We'll get there. Don't worry, guys. Dichero, that's a bit too mean. Come on. Let's not start the whole England versus Scotland thing in here. I try to stay away from politics as much as possible. We'll keep it the Game of Thrones politics. How about that? I'm Team Black, by the way, guys. Make it a little bit bigger. But here, okay, a little bit bigger, I can get behind. I think about there. I like it there. Right, nose swollen. I'll swell it a little bit. About there. Oh, I like this actually. I like this. And I'm not going to touch this. Right, I'm happy with this nose. The eyes, I'm just going to change the color. Yeah, nothing changes there. I'm not going to mess with this. I'm happy with the eyes. I don't think we need to mess with this too much. Unless there's an eyebrow color. That would be hair color, guys. Right. The ears. How do I get the ears in a little bit more? No. 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 Oh, I'm making it worse. Oh, it's right there. Is that too... Is that normal, guys? Is that normal looking ears? I don't have normal ears, so I don't know. As an American, you wouldn't know. You are in the fortunate position where you can claim neutrality, and there's no way you can be thrown into any kind of... what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot the complete word. Controversy. Thicker eyebrows equals darker. Okay, we're gonna have to go to eyebrow. Oh, guys, where was eyebrows? No, I'm fine with these eyebrows. I'll be honest. I'm fine with these eyebrows. I'm fine with this. Head and neck. I think I'm fine. Right, can we get some hair on him first, and then we'll decide. Hairstyle. Also, how do I... No, we don't need that stuff. We don't need that. It's fine. Right. Should I go for the straight hair gene? We'll decide that after we pick the hairstyle. Right, guys. I don't like that. Not a fan. It's too well kept, you know. I want something a little long and a little scruffy looking. That's too curly. I don't think I want super curly stuff. Yo? No, it wasn't yo. Maybe long wavy? That could be a thing for long wavy. Do you know what I need to do? I need to darken the hair a little bit as well. I want like a dark brown, but not too brown. Something like this. Something like this. So, long wavy. I don't super like it, but it's one of the better ones I've seen so far. Long flowing could be a shout. I like long flowing as well. Oh, there's some Game of Thrones one here. Maybe a mullet? Could be. Ponytail? I don't want a ponytail. I'm going to click through all of these guys, and then at the end, some of you can tell me the name. Brooding Waves. I think that's a bit too much. Man, this is... Character creation is like where I spend the longest in most games normally. But I haven't played too many custom characters. And John Black River, I made off character. Long Wild, possibly. I think with a beard, it could complete the look. Very Long Wild. Oh, this could be the one, you know. Especially with a beard. A mullet. Would he braid his hair, though? Or plait his hair, I guess I should say. Probably not. Balding with a patch. I think... We're not going to go for these. I know you guys want this. I'm not going to go for this. Or unless... Like for Dragon, we go for black hair. We don't go for the white strip. We go for the blue strip. Can we do that, though? We can't pick the color of the strip. I teased you, but we can't do it, guys. It's unfortunate. My hand has been forced. We're not doing the strip. Please try dark purple eyes. We're not doing the eyes yet. I don't want to do purple eyes. It's just for the same reason we took out Comely and stuff. We're not going to do that. 2 hours character building, then 10 minutes play, and come a knife from the shadow. If that happens, we're going to restart. Man, it would be so cool if we could have like a dark blue strip there, but it's not possible. I don't know how hard it would be to mod, but I don't feel like doing that. Can I show long mullet again? I wish these were bloody in alphabetical order. Right, there's long wavy, so long mullet would have been... There it is. That's long mullet. I wish there was a rotate button, but there's not. Yeah, guys, we'll fix the hair color again after. I'm just looking for a style now. Nice barber on that island. Yeah, maybe this is a bit too well kept, but maybe... I mean, how hard would it be to do this, right? So we have some kind of elastic. I don't know, did they have elastic or hairbands back then? Maybe. You know, all he has to do is dip his head in the sea, get both of his hands, pull his hair back, boom. That's how he does his hair. There's no fancy plaits or anything. It's just a bit of water, dunk your head, put your hands through your hair, done. There you go. There's the law for how he does his hair. Just slick it back with some water. Exactly. You know, the salt water, maybe that's his natural deodorant as well. Now we have to make a bloody Ironborn character. We'll do that tomorrow. No. Maybe, though, in the future. Long mullet. So, do you know what, guys? I like long mullets, and I like long wavy. But I'll be honest, I think now that I've thought about it a little bit, long wavy's giving me Hagrid vibes. You know, I think he wants to keep it back. If he's going to be riding a dragon, having the long wavy hair everywhere, like not making an effort to keep it out of the way, it might blind him when he's flying. Median unkept. Oh, bloody hell. This list is terrible. It's right there. It's not long enough for my liking. If that was a bit longer, maybe. This is like that's I don't know. That's like some maybe from the last like Vikings or something, the TV series. This is kind of what I would expect like a Franconian lord to look like or something. I don't know why I get that vibe from it. This is the one, guys. Braided. Yeah, but we're not like all of the dragon riders though, right? I think braided, it's too much hassle. You know, I think it's like a sign of status and maybe even wealth, because you need people to style your hair back then. Long wild is back. Right, guys, we got long mullet. You've looked at long mullet enough. Let me find this bloody long wild stuff again. Or this one. Oh, long wild. Oh, I was thinking of the wrong one. Oh, I like long wild. I can't get both on the screen at once. So we got this. Oh, we got this. Oh, I like this more. Guys, we're doing this. We're doing long wild. I'm committing. Otherwise, we're going to be here for too long. Right, let's go through the beards. Okay, that doesn't fit so well. Ooh, but it's kind of too well kept, you know. It's too well kept. That's man, as much as I hate to say it, that's as bad as my mustache. I can't grow proper facial hair. I wish I could. It's my one wish in life. I like this except for the mustache. I love the beard. But the mustache isn't doing it for me. Again, I like the chin strap part, but the mustache, it just doesn't connect for me. Ooh, this could be one. Caballero's beard. I like this. This is a bit too bushy. I could like this. The scholar's beard could be okay as well. This is... I don't know what this is. Braids. I don't think braids would be good. Maybe... I like the other ones though that are a bit fuller. That's too full. That's way too full. Grizzled Varangian. Oh, this might be my favorite so far. Full beard. Full beard. I like this one. It's because I wish I could grow beard like that. I think that's why I like it so much. These ones, oh, that's a nice beard, but it's more width than length. I don't know. There's a bad joke in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna say it. Pointy beard could be a thing actually. I quite like this. It's long, but without being extreme. I think it's more in line with his actual hairstyle length. What was that called? Pointy beard. Bit pointy, but it's not extreme, is it? This is like, if you guys watched The Dictator, Aladdin, I don't know why, it reminds me of his beard. So we're not going to pick that one. Jeez, there's a lot of beards, isn't there? And yet it's hard to find the one. I think this is too much. Which one did I like? I think, not the full beard? It was the pointy one, wasn't it? I think I like this. What do you guys think about this? Maybe no beard for the first few years. But then I might as well have just been like 16 or something, right? I think we have the beard. We wouldn't have been able to spare the silver pieces to get our beard trimmed or whatever. And, you know, of all the things, it wasn't at the top of my priority to trim my beard. I like this. I think this is a look. He slicks back his hair to keep it out of the way. The beard is short enough that it wouldn't get in the way. I like this. And there's room for it to grow. There's room for it to grow. Right. We need to get this... Okay, I'm going to go for the straight hair gene then. What's this slider for? I'll just put it around there because that's where it was. Hair aging type. I'm just going to keep vanilla. I don't want to mess around with that too much. We're not going to go with white. Maybe something like over here though. Oh, is that how you get the darker browns? Over here? It's the same. It's the same. I can't get it. Maybe something like this color is fine, guys. No air aging. Aging? No air age. Hair aging. Oh my days. This is why I only stream 2 hours, because my brain and my voice goes. Or late. Right, guys. Very quick. Just type in the chat. I won't do a poll. No aging or late aging. Maybe you won't even live long enough to see. Late? I think I like late. So at least we can see a little bit of balding, right? I mean, it shows the age, maybe the wisdom. Imagine he gets to be like 90 and his hair still looks like this. It might look a bit silly. Yeah, we're going to go late aging. I agree. I think the color is fine. The eye color, maybe just a little bit. I like the dark brown, but is it too dark? Maybe something like this. I feel like this guy, he looks like a northerner. I don't know. I would expect to see him. Like, I would expect to see him if I was going to the random towns or whatever, small villages in the north. This guy looks like a northerner. Looks more black. On my monitor, it's definitely brown. As someone with dark brown eyes, I think this is lighter than my eyes. We're not going to do violet. For the same reasons. Unless I could get like a super dark purple. But I can't do it. You're not going to see it anyway. Look, it still just looks like dark brown. If it's obvious enough, if you can see it, then I think that's too obvious. Like, he would have been picked up by someone. There would have been rumors about, you know, you hear the Northman peasant that has purple eyes or blue eyes. Like, I feel like everyone would have brown eyes. Word would get to the higher ups and they would want to deal with him. I'm going to stick with the brown eyes, guys. Because I feel like in the north as well, everyone has black, like brownish, dark brown hair. Everyone has, like, it's kind of the same in real life. Most people I've met with like brunette or dark brown hair also have brown eyes. So I'm going to keep to it. We've had a good democracy this stream, but it's time for me to be a dictator. I'm dictating, we're having brown eyes. Haha. I'm doing brown, guys. Right, I think we don't have to mess with any of this stuff. Super dark purple, so the only way you can tell is if you look into his eyes and study it. At that point, though, it's just going to look brown to look at anyway. Hugh the Hammer. Do you know, a few people have said Hugh the Hammer in this stream. I won't lie. I know people will hate me for this. Who is that? I need to Google this. Oh, it's... Oh. Do you remember earlier in the stream I said not Ulf, but the other guy? It's Hugh. Now I understand why everyone was saying Hugh the Hammer. Yeah, this is the guy I was talking about when we were talking about the dragon's name. I forgot again. I was so crap with names. I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. It's kind of there. You guys aren't wrong. Vermithor, that's the one. I'm so bad with names. I don't know what it is, guys. I've always been that way. People's names, place names, dragon names. It's terrible. It just doesn't stick for some reason. Right. We still need to deal with body. Low body fat, of course. Makes the perfect sense. Body hair. How much body hair do we want? Dense. I mean, he's a hairy Northman, right? He's got to keep warm in the winter. I'm going with the dense hair. Body shape. Right. I don't know what my body shape is. Just circle, probably. It's not an app option here, though. Oh, bloody hell. He has scarred, but you can't see a character creation. Oh, yeah, the scarred would... Oh, we will load in after anyway, because I do want to just pick, like, the clothes we'll use. But we'll have to remember for when we start the series. Make him as hairy as possible. Yeah, we're going to do this. Body hair. Oh. Yeah, max it out. I don't think it changed much. Low fat. We're just going to leave this the same, because I don't know what it does, honestly. I don't want to mess around with it too much in case we make something stupid. To be fair, I make a lot of stupid stuff anyway. So, average. Apple. That's an hourglass pear? I mean, he might have stole a few pears. I'll be honest. I'm just going to go with average. I think average is fine. I'm just gonna stick with average. This is there's too much for me. Body shape, more to his neck and shoulders. No, I'm gonna keep it like that. That looks fine. Bust size. Only visible for women. That would make sense. Right, let's just... In the middle. I don't know. I don't know if it will affect my children or not. In the middle. My height. That he's not a dwarf. I think, you know, the Northmen are kind of big anyway, right? They had to be big. The strongest survive the winters and whatnot. Just joined. What's the goal for today's playthrough? It's not necessarily a playthrough. We're making our character to start our custom series once the dragons release. That's what we're doing today. So if you want to, after this stream, I'll upload it. And you can go back and listen to all the lore. And the next few days, over the weekend, I'm going to write it all out anyway. I'll try and get it onto one sheet. And recap everything we discussed. That's going to be a task, actually. I think... About there. Nice tall lad. Nice tall lad. Yeah, he's looking... Once we get some proper clothes of him, guys. You know, this is... He had this until he was about, like, 14. And then, you know, he finally had enough to... I mean, maybe he stole some clothes. Skin color, I think being in the north a bit paler, as some of you rightfully said earlier. Right. That's in the very top left where it's the whitest. That's not very pale, is it? I think something like this is very pale. How tall is Jon Snow? No idea. The Starks are like 5.9 to 6 foot. I think this is good, right? I think this is good. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us how tall this is, but it's average, I would assume, is in the middle. I want him a bit taller than average. So let's do this. Valyrians are pale too. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, I think we're gonna... I think this paleness makes sense. In what time are we gonna play? The new bookmark, so the Rogue Prince. I think we're done. If we get a close-up, I like the nose. We got the northerner nose. We got the hair color. We got the beard. We got the lore. We even made lore to how he does his hair, guys. I wasn't planning that. But there's a lot of thought that's gone in it. If he dies in like the first 3 episodes, I'm going to be devastated. I'm going to be devastated. Right. Should I finish appearance? I think so. Went from Targaryen to Valyrian for a second. Lol. Finish appearance. Let's resave this. In case the game crashes. Elric Winter. Oh my god. If it crashed like 5 minutes ago, I would have cried. Load. Elric Winter. He's saved. He is saved. And I think that's everything visually. We just need to deal with the weight. That's a bit too much. Jord. I want his face to be kind of full. I think something like this. Let's save again. And he's only 200 points because Dragon Rider trait takes 200. With the skin color, he is a Dark Lord or Sith. Have you considered giving him heterochromia? We're just going to keep the... Let's keep it just normal brown eyes. Copy his DNA to share. I'll tell you what. I'm also, just for safety's sake... man, I have so many folders for my playthrough. I need to clean up my YouTube folder at some point. Let's go here. It's going to be DNA. And I'll like put this in my Discord or something. There you go. I've saved it. We got the house name and words. We got the coat of arms. Why did I put it in that one? No idea. Oh, I remember because we were comparing. Oh, let's go back. I gotta save again. Just to make sure. And guys, we're done. I mean, we need to go in and choose our armor, and we need to consider dragon stuff. Dragon names yet. So we're not done yet. But I think that is Elric Winter. With a Y. Jon Snow vibes. It's kind of there, isn't it? Was there a new update to the Game of Thrones mod? No, but dragons are releasing on the 23rd. Soon. Very soon. Yeah, Bailey, if you join my Discord, what I'll do is after the stream, I'll put the DNA in there if anyone wants it. Actually, I'll wait until part 1 is released, and then I'll release the DNA. Just in case there's some sneaky people. I'm sure no one will steal it and make a series on it, but... you never know, it's the internet. And then we can all start it together on the 23rd. Direwolf themed dragon name, please. We'll get to that in a minute. Man said no making a vid before me. Yeah. It's the internet. You have to be cynical. Right. Okay, I think we're done. Let's finalize this. Let's get out of this screen. There's nothing to change. I'll mess with the tree later. It's fine. Those clothes are not going to fit. Right, let's load into the game. We're not going to be playing. Don't care about this. Leave me alone, Maester. So we're going to be starting Driftwood Hall. So we can change our castle name. And Cratton Destune. Do you know what? We're going to need castle names. We're going to need armor. Dragon names. Let's start with the clothes. So, do you know what I'm thinking of to begin with? I was looking at this earlier. Excuse me. And there's this one very cool armor I've never seen before. This Valyrian steel armor. Looks very, very nice. But how would I have acquired this? It's built out of like dragon scales and spikes. Do dragons, they don't shred their skin, right? But would scales kind of fall off as they age and be replaced with stronger scales? Does anyone have any kind of lore insight to this? And like, would like the spines maybe fall out as like they grow bigger or like new ones replace them? Is this a thing, or am I being too hopeful there? Maybe we formed this, or maybe the cave where we found Frostfang or whatever we name them. Maybe we found this inside the cave. Like you said, it could have been the armor was lost. Possibly. An expedition to Old Valyria. I think in our circumstances, maybe that's a bit too much. We could definitely do that in the playthrough though, if we have the mod. I just think this. How would he have afforded the armor? That's why I'm asking about whether dragons ever shredded like scales or like spikes, spines or whatever. Because maybe he forged this from Frostfang himself. Because it has the black look, right? And we want Frostfang to be black and dark. You know, maybe this was inside the cave where we picked up the pieces and we kind of crafted this ourselves somehow. Or there was equipment inside. I think we can come up with some kind of reason, right? It's Euron Greyjoy's armor from the books. Oh, it's very cool though. I didn't even know this existed until today. It's insane. There could have been an old dead rider in the saddle wearing that armor. My dragon is young, so it wouldn't have had a saddle. Maybe we ride our dragons saddleless as well. I know, because there's a saddle on the models. But maybe there was things like a saddle in there. And like, do you know what? Because our dragon's young, maybe this cave is where the last ice dragon lay. And its egg got lost through time or whatever, which is how our dragon came about. So maybe the dragon and its rider, because the ice dragons were so mysterious or whatever, they retreated to this cave and basically, you know, to be forgotten. But we stumbled upon it because of fate or whatever. Also, we're scarred now. It looks cool. So maybe that was inside it. Do you know, I think we can do this. I want this armor. I want this armor. We need... That's not going to do it, though. What's this? What's this? Maybe it was buried by the children of the forest and the first men as well. Possibly. Yeah, because we... Maybe... Ah, yes. Because that brings in the werewolf trees again. There's something there we can work with. For sure. Man, you guys are... You've given me so much input and food for thought to write about over the weekend. Right, let's go with legwear. There has to be something to go with this, right? Valyrian steel legwear. We have something that matches it. Is this the look? Oh, wrong button. Is this the look we're gonna go for? Oh, it's a vibe, you know? It's a vibe. I'm feeling it. Maybe you made it from the mother of your dragon's corpse? Possibly as well. Because whilst the flesh and what stuff would rot, maybe the actual scales and like the spines, they're like a tougher material, so maybe they were left over. Ooh. That's a good point. And we can pass this armor down to my heir. And more. I really like this. Man, but are we being too far stretched with this? Are we being too far stretched? That's what scares me. We're going to need some kind of armor, though. But maybe we need a more budget armor to start off with. Maybe. Okay, so I don't know if you can ride young dragons. Maybe we can't. So maybe to begin with, we have a kind of like simpler armor, right? But as soon as the dragon is mature enough to ride, then that's when we get this armor. Maybe it's something we've been secretly working on at the same time, slowly over time. With the reason we said, pulling the scales and whatnot together. And we were kind of just waiting. Kingsguard armor doesn't make sense. I'm thinking maybe just some like basic mail like this. But even this was expensive. Maybe we stole it. Ah, so... Okay, I've just remembered. So we've taken this castle, right? They would have had basic armors and stuff anyway. So maybe something like chainmail would be acceptable like this. We've just taken it from the local castle that we took. I think that's possible. There's also this one, the Northern Lord's armor. I think you can never go wrong with this. What's the other one I was looking at? The Carlonian something is a bit shorter. I think I like this one a little bit more. Maybe we start with this. Yeah, I stole it off a dead soldier, or, you know, I just took it from the castle's small selection of arms. Basic mail and the Northern Grey. Yeah, we would do the cloak after. Let's do the clothes and legwear first. I want to complete that look, and then we'll get to the cloak and stuff. But yeah, definitely a cloak if we're in the north. You guys are right. Once we actually can ride the dragon, or maybe once we're conquered it, then we're going to convert. Why is he pale? Because he's a northerner and he's Valyrian blood. Right, I'm going to go with this. And then for the legwear, do you know what the problem with the legwear in base game? You get like no options. You get this. I hate this. This looks... the chainmail just looks fake compared to the top. I don't know why. It's like pajamas. But it's the only one you can pick. Realistically. Or it's Game of Thrones. They would have had this kind of armor possibly in the garrisons. So we got the high winter armor or the high armor. What's the difference? This one's blue for some reason. So let's just get the Northman high armor, and then the legwear would just be this. We stole it from their garrison. I mean, we didn't steal it because it's my garrison now. It's my castle, right? Right, we're going to use this. And then for the cloak, let's see. That's a bit too royal. I think a fur cloak would be the best, right? Oh, I like this one, the adventurer's cloak. Change the scene. I like the Western Throne Room. I think it gives the best lighting. Did work as a militia, so you could have also got it from there. Yeah, but our militia was like super basic as well, remember? So I don't think we would have had stuff like chainmail, like super basic, like pitchforks, crappy spears kind of thing, you know? Just to deal with poachers. I think the chainmail we took from the castle when we took our first castle. So I like this one. Or this one's kind of good as well. The fur cape, actually. Or this one. The big fur cloak. That's a statement, isn't it? But is it practical on Dragonback? Maybe it's too much. Whereas the fur cape, it's a bit shorter. I think it's more practical. I'm probably thinking way too much about this. Oh, they added cloaks? When did they add cloaks for this stuff? There's a Northerner's cloak. Oh, this completes the look. And it's white as well, which matches our Dynasty banner colors. I think we're going to do this. John wore a big cloak on the Dragon Mech, but that's because he had it from the Night's Watch. From which DLC is this one? The big fur cloak. I think it will be the Northern one. I'm clicking on the wrong thing, aren't I? The big fur cloak. Yeah, all of these symbols, that's the Northman DLC. So the Viking stuff. Yeah, and when I change my armor, we can remove this possibly. Maybe the dragon scales keep us warm. Right, guys, I think that's us at the beginning of our playthrough. Maybe we even keep this later. I think we're fine. This is fine. Probably not going to have any headwear, like no crown or anything. We just brave it. No face items. And we're sorted. Right, save and exit. He looks cool in the window as well. Although it looks different. Why not? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm imagining things. Right. We got our start in armor. This is us at the beginning. Maybe make him shorter when you redo it. He has almost as tall as Shaq. He's not too tall here, though. Look in the character window. I think he looks fine here. It's fine. When are you going to play? When Dragons release on the 23rd. This stream is literally just to make the character and have input from you guys. I'm saying he wore the cloak of Dragon back. You said it wasn't practical on Dragon. But Jon Snow's the chosen one. He has special abilities. Did you say you were going to experiment with the house sigil? Yeah, but off stream, just with the tree. Like, I need to find like a bigger tree and stuff. We're not going to do that. We've already decided on the tree and the dragon. I just need to get it looking a bit cooler. Why is he not High Valyrian? Because he can't speak the Valyrian tongue. He speaks Common Tongue. And you know, he only realized he had Valyrian blood, like a distant amount of it, when he managed to bond with the dragon and claim it. What releases on the 21st? Nothing. 23rd, 2-3. Dragons are releasing. Right, guys. Next order of business, castle name. Driftwood Hall. I think that sounds cool, actually. And that's the capital as well. I don't think I want to change that, personally. I think I like Driftwood Hall. Are you going to make a hybrid culture? No, probably not. I don't mess with hybrid cultures too much. I don't know why. I don't like it. Are there patch notes anywhere? I don't think so. They usually post the patch notes when they release an update. Frostwood Hall, maybe? Wait. What's our motto again? We had so many. I forget which ones we picked. Fire from Frost. What if we go for Frost Hall? Frostwood Hall or Frost? No, I like Frost Hall. It's simple. But I like Driftwood as well. I don't think we need to change this. Like, it already had a name before we arrived. You know, we've already given ourselves a new name, like Winter. We've already given ourselves house words and whatever. We've got our banner. I think Driftwood Hall, like when people are saying like, oh, did you hear about the peasant boy who took Driftwood Hall? They're not gonna, you know, it's already a place that exists. So I think I'm gonna keep Driftwood Hall. And maybe we rename this one, the second one, right? Because I can't say that. So this one will become like Frost Hall. This is like my secondary castle down here. Where I don't know, maybe some shenanigans happen here. Maybe this is like a more private castle where me and Frostfang go to like get away from everything, to think, import. Maybe we, you know, in solitude, kind of like thinking in silence. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but this is where we think about important decisions upcoming. Man, I like starting here because like you have the wall there, you have the north here, and you have the wildlings here. And we're on this tiny island. Like, we would have been on the coast, like, down here somewhere, picking up our clams or whatever, trying to find fish in the shallow waters. And we set off through the mist. Would have been dangerous as well, because you have all of these small islands and outcrops as well, but somehow we made it. Maybe the cave was actually, like, this island here or something. This deserted island. And that's where we found Frostfang. There's all stuff there. I like it. I like it. And it's like off the mainland, so it also offers like a natural safety as well. We have the sea around us. Will you have more than one dragon? I'm just going to start with one dragon. I don't think you can start with more than one. I think more than one might be pushing it too far. Bro wants to be House Peak. I mean, we start with 2 castles though. Oh no, someone else starts with this. Okay, we just start with the one. Driftwood Hall. Wow, this is huge though. Look at the potential to build this up. We could really turn this into Dragonstone, actually. Like the equivalent for our house. We can build this up. We can get gold with our dragon raiding, whatever. Demanding tribute. We're going to build this up. What if you will not upgrade the second castle? Roleplay it like it's a ruin? Someone already has this anyway. Maybe these become my loyal bannermen. We need bannermen. So maybe these are the first one. Also, guys, Valadar. I don't know if I can say that, actually. I don't want to say anything, just in case. But there's gonna be something very good. Very good for future playthroughs. Man. I got ahead of myself. When you get children, will they have dragons too? I mean, it depends whether we have eggs and whatnot, you know? This is all stuff that's actually going to wait for the actual playthrough. That's where the dynamic stuff comes from. Dragon Rock instead of Dragonstone. I'm going to keep Driftwood Hall. What's the duchy called, though? So this will have a... Oh, it's just going to be called Scragos, right? Maybe we rename the duchy, so... where's the... I want to go county level. So this is called... Oh, it would have told me here, right? Moleskir. So maybe we could rename this. So what do we call this? Frost Isle? What about like just something like this? Frost Isle. No, guys. What was the name? The Valyrian word for ice earlier? Like Suvion? Was it this? Like Suvion Isle. The Ice Island. We could rename it to this. Let's make it like a nice blue. I think that would be good. We don't have the duchy yet. No, it's not the duchy, is it? It's the county. Yeah, Suvion. I'm gonna do Suvion. No, but we would have learned it because maybe that's where we found the notes on the few Valyrian words that we do know, right? Is in that cavern where we found our Sadawan stuff. That's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, guys, we have one more thing to do with. Suvion could have been a dragon name as well, but maybe we named this island after Suvion when we found them. Right, guys, we have one last thing to do. I need to wrap up the stream soon because it's gone 11 p.m. This has been going on for 3 hours now. It was meant to be like a 30 to 60 minute stream. But we need one last thing. Dragon names. Obviously, Suvion. I'm gonna put Frostfang. Actually, I'm not going to. I prefer Suvion over Frostfang. We have one last thing to do. That's the dragon name. For those of you who don't know, because you joined a little bit later, our dragon is going to be black. It's going to be beefy, muscle, and it's going to have like dark blue accents on like the wings and stuff, as well as on the like spines. And to get an idea of what that might look like, there's a video here. Just watch the colors on this dragon as it goes through. We can give it like a metallic blue highlights, and the whole dragon's going to be black. The spines will probably be black as well. So if that affects your names, that's what you can keep in mind. Can I loop this? Does Reddit have this feature? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I don't think Reddit has a loop feature for some reason. Is it going to be a male or female dragon? I don't know, because I don't know what the dragon creator would be like. Whether we can actually choose the gender. But I don't think the gender will change the name too much anyway. For dragons. You know. Can we become your bannerman and be friends of yours when you took the island from the militia? We'll see. We'll see. That's something I'll have to think about after the stream. Is that a mod for a Game of Thrones? That's... No. That's going to be base Game of Thrones when the dragons release in 2 weeks. That's going to be base mod Game of Thrones. It's insane. Like, I recommend reading through all the dev blogs for dragons. It will blow you away, honestly. Right, let me read through some of these names. Black Ice. I tell you what. Blackwing. I'm going to change it slightly. I like Blackwing. Winterfang. Suvion. Blackwing. I mean, we're already House Winter, so I don't want to double dip on Winterfang and Winter. We said that when we're making the house name, actually. Like, we don't want to base the house name on a dragon. So if we call it that now, we've gone back on that. Dragons don't have genders? Ah, okay. Okay, so that's good to know. But not all dragons can lay eggs, right? Let me scroll up a bit, because there was a few up here. Icefang. I think it's like similar to Frostfang. I'm going to pick Suvion for our ice one. It's ice in High Valyrian. Snowblind. That's a good song. Frostburn. Frost by Ice Storm. Chillrend. Oh, Chillrend. That sounds familiar. What's that from? Shadowfrost, Winterfang. I've already read that one. Okay, I'm catching up with chat now, guys. Frostbite, Volos, Black Ice, Morgul is Valyrian for death. Oh, that branches back in. But maybe, oh, maybe death does make sense. Because the last ice dragon and the rider retreated to this cave. You know, it was meant to be the end of the line for ice dragons, or like they left the egg in here, maybe. So the egg only hatched like maybe 10-20 years ago, right? But the egg's just been waiting, like hibernating there the whole time, waiting for the right conditions to hatch. So it's meant to be almost like the death of the ice dragons. It's the last true ice dragon left. So maybe Morgul. Maybe. I think there's something we can work with there. I'll have to verify if this is Valyrian after as well, because you guys could say anything. Sopor, Polish for icicle. I don't think we're going to use like... I think Valyrian words make sense, but like actual languages, probably not. But then English, like what's the difference between Polish and English? Actually, it makes sense. No, you're right, I'm wrong. Do dragons have genders? One of them was known as Reka. I thought they did have genders. Well, I thought I read somewhere that not all of them can have eggs. Yeah, they do have genders. I thought so, because not all of them can lay eggs. But also, not all the female dragons can lay eggs either. I think I read something about it. Svarog, Black Ice. White Fire. It's going to be a black dragon, though. Blue Fire kind of makes sense for our lore reasons. But I don't know. Are we saying it's an ice dragon or an option when you make the dragon? I think it's going to be like, kind of like how we have a slight trace of Valyrian blood. It's going to be like, it's the last little drip of blood that comes from the ice dragons. So maybe it doesn't breathe blue fire. Maybe there's like a blue tint to the fire. But there is a hint of ice dragon in there. It should be white if it's an ice dragon. I want it to be black though. That's a personal thing. And it's just going to have a hint of ice dragon. And it might not be fully an ice dragon, yo. It might just be what we believe. You know, there's still a lot of mystery. I don't want everything to be set in stone solid. I want there to be some freedom, because in the story, I find that's the best way for letting a story tell itself and really playing into what Crusader Kings 3 does best. I said in one of my recent videos, it's like when you find a fossil on a beach, you see a little bit of fossil poking out of a pebble, right, a stone, and you have to just slowly chip away carefully to reveal what's inside. That's how I like to approach Crusader Kings. That's why I try not to define too much or too strictly everything of like my goals and stuff, because, you know, it depends what happens when we start playing. Last Winter. These are a lot of good names, but I'm liking these three. Just these three are like top tier, you know. Sub-Zero, Shadowfrost. Right, guys, I think it's gonna be between these three, and we're gonna do one more poll. Maybe something should have to do with the cave. Maybe the cave didn't have a name though. Maybe we named the cave after the dragon. I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do these three. Right, let's start the poll. It's gonna be the last poll of the stream. I have a lot of stuff to write up at the end of this. This is gonna be fun. I think we have something really rich and cool going here, and I'm really hyped for dragons to release. Right, let's go Morgul. I'm gonna start the poll, and this one we're gonna run for 5 minutes. So you guys can think about it as well, because it's hard. So it's about to turn 14. I'll tell you what, when it goes to 20, I'll give it 6 minutes. I'm feeling nice, because I overrode the democracy earlier. I can be reasonable sometimes. But cast your vote, Suvion, Blackwin, or Morgul. Do you know what? Morgul give me, it gives me, the way I say it, is kind of the same way I say Dolguludor. And it's giving me Lord of the Rings vibes, I don't know why. Was Morgul the dragon of Princess Jaheira? Let's see, Morgul. During the Dance of the Dragons, Rhaenyra Targaryen and her blacks took King's Landing from Aegon II. and his greens. Mulgul's owner, Princess Jaheira Targaryen, was successfully spirited away from the capital, however. Oh, there's also... Do you know what I want to look at? This, yes, this. Open image in new tab. No, that's... What are you doing? That's tiny. Ah, there's no history. Do I have to actually click on it? And then go this way? Aha, there we go. Are they listed here? Or is it too early? Oh, Mulgul was down here. So is Mulgul a younger dragon when House of the Dragon is based? Maybe it hasn't matured yet. But I love this picture. It's amazing. What does incognito do? Basically, there's no like YouTube history or anything. And when I search, it doesn't auto fill in. Except for this session. So it just stops me from accidentally doxing myself or something. Or leaking something. It's just purely a safety thing for me. We're at 16. How long's left on the poll? We got 4 minutes. Isn't your save going to break when the dragon come out? No, I've saved the character. The only thing I have to do is paste in like the dynasty name and stuff like this and the clothes. But the actual DNA and the traits will all be fine. I just wanted to get the whole build down before I started the series. With as much input from you guys as possible. But yeah, we will have to redo a few things when the series starts. But I won't put that as part of the video. Which also means that when we do upload part 1, we get into the action a bit faster. Or into playing faster, which is nice. And this is like an optional video for people to watch if they want to. Oh, you're being more teasing than literal? Okay, that makes sense. You have Lord of the Rings vibes because Mulgul references Minas Morgul. Oh, true. Yes, perfect. And it's funny because I was watching Tommy K's recent Lord of the Rings stream as well before this stream, so that makes sense. Yeah, you're right, Paco. Quicksilver looks cool. Where's Quicksilver? Somewhere... Silverwing? Oh, Quicksilver's over here. Ooh. Oh, wow. Quicksilver is kind of like Sunfire, right? But instead of the pink, you got the silver. Suvion has won, it's known. I mean, we still have 2.5 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. Will they add new artifacts? Probably. I'm not a developer, though, so I only know what's in the dev blogs. And even then, I think I've forgotten most of it. I'm going to have to reread the dev blogs. I'm probably going to read them over the weekend. And then read them again before I actually do a playthrough. Because I don't want to actually play the mod too much. Because part of the fun is also learning and experiencing the mechanics as we go along as well. Like, I'm not someone who's super good at Crusader Kings, but I do play for the story, and I think sometimes the fact that I'm not min-maxing or metagaming or optimizing helps actually build a story. So, yeah. Is it possible for the AI to gain dragons too? I think so. I think so. I think they cover that in one of the dev blogs. But read the dev blogs and don't take my word for it. Quicksilver was the dragon of Prince Aegon. Aegon the Conqueror's nephew. I don't... There's so many Aegons. I know Aegon the II had Sunfire, right? What if your dragon was the product of a regular dragon and an ice dragon? Good lord, if you want. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, we can mess around with that. Also, the good thing with, like, the dragon's history, right? It's kind of like my father, where we don't really know and we can't really find out as well. So I think that also aids the story a little bit. You're scared the mod will explode your PC? Well, at least it's not going to add all of Essos yet. Unless they're going to be surprise us, but I doubt it. That would be, that's dreamland. Yeah, I'm going to build a new PC at the end of this year. Because I fear for when Essos gets added in its entirety. You're running 58 mods? Wow. I try not to run too many mods just for long-term stability. Because I don't want to have to stop a series halfway through. Do you watch Stray King? Oh man, I love Stray King's videos. Dreamfire color would be perfect for Suvion. I'm going to go with the black, though. I've already decided mentally. Right, how long left? 20 seconds, guys. If you want to have a say, you have 15 seconds. You can literally shape it. Three seconds. And it's ticked over. Right, we're going to end it. Suvion has won with 43%. I'll tell you what, let me quickly go into here at Houseword's name, and I'm just going to go Dragon Suvion, so we remember. Right, guys, that's going to be everything. I'm going to have to end the stream now. All of this information I'm going to write up over the weekend so you can all see it. And I'm excited for when Dragons release. Thank you for everyone who contributed. It's probably the best stream we've ever done yet. Still 145 people on here. Insane, honestly. But I'll see you when Dragons release. The stream will go up if you want to rewatch it. Have a good weekend. I'll see you next time.